Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the ADELAIDE channel. We are here for yet another match of the BBL 16th match now. We're already flying through the season in this match. It is going to be the Adelaide Strikers taking on the Sydney Sixers at the SCG as well. The location of the fourth Ashes Test match, which is getting closer and closer, only sitting around 2.5 weeks away now. But we have still got a Boxing Day test, which is relatively close, just around the corner. And we did see the end of the Ashes yesterday, but we will be covering all of the Ashes, all of the BBL on the channel. So if you are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. The Sydney Sixers, they are the home side, but they did not win the toss. The Adelaide Strikers did, and they decided that they do want to have a bat in this situation. We have seen the only game that the Sydney Sixers have lost was actually the game that they did bat second, where they weren't quite able to chase down the total that was set, and was a very good set total, I should say, and by the Hobart Hurricanes in the end, who are actually doing not too badly, other than unfortunately getting bowled out last night as well. We have got a few people in the chat already. We've got Rugby Boy here, we have got Aiden, and we have also got their Monkey Man, and put the Sixers in my boxing multi as well. And Sports Stuff is here as well. As Good day, hope you are doing well, mate, and hope you guys are excited for the BBL. My voice sounded very deep today. I have noticed. I am quickly going to turn on that. We have got Uncat in the chat as well. We have put our second light on, which means we are getting ready to go for this live stream. But yeah, do let me know who you think is going to be able to win this one. It should be a relatively close game between these two sides. I have a feeling that the Adelaide Strikers are really going to push in this one as well. My friend Lee says hi, says Ollie Wilson. So welcome in, Lee. Hope you're doing well. You've got a lot of friends who always come to your house, Ollie. You must have a large house, I would assume, in that regard. But now we are just waiting for this match to get underway. Both sides very talented in their own rights. I mean, you look at the starting lineup for the Adelaide Strikers. Opening the batting, it is going to be Matt Shaw, Jake Weatherall back in the side. Or sorry, not Jake Weatherall back in the side, but next man, he is back in the side. Matty Renshaw going to be there and raring to go for them. John O'Well's still there. Also, Thomas Kelly, Harry Nielsen in the middle order, George Garden, Rashid Khan, the magician with the ball in hand, and also very good with the bat as well, I will mention. Then they have got Daniel Worrell, Peter Siddle, the captain, Fawad Ahmed. So a couple good spinners. So the SCG will get to see a little bit of what we might in a little bit of time for the fourth Ashes Test match. Henry Hunt and Wes Agar are the two X-Factor players that they're able to use. And we have also got there, did you have a good sleep, Aiden? Not hugely, but I think tonight is going to be the night that I do end up sleeping for like 12 hours and just go from there. But last night, it was kind of right when I was about to go to sleep. I was like, kind of feel like playing golf. So me and Dad actually went out, played a few holes of golf, and then after that, did go home and then did have a big old sleep. I'm supporting Sydney today, and of course, Keelan says, how's it going as well? And the chat from Ollie Wilson. Yeah, I hope you guys are all well, and hope you are all excited for the BBL, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting closer and closer to the start of this match. Moses Henriquez, the captain of the Sydney Sixers, he will be raring to go. Also on his side for this match, Josh Philippi, who has been on fire in the early stages. James Vince, Moses Henriquez himself as the captain. Daniel Hughes, Jordan Silk, Dan Christian, Sean Abbott, he is back in there and he's going to be raring to go with the baseball. And Bender Washers, Chris Jordan, Hayden Kerr, and Lloyd Pope. And morning, mate, as well, says Gareth. Welcome into the live stream. Hope you are doing well. Jack Edwards and Todd Murphy, are the two that they have got as their X-Factor players as well, if they do need them. But the big thing is, I don't know whether or not they will want to make the change. It depends on the conditions that we do get to see, because that's the thing. I've got the bat in hand for the first 20 overs. These overs will fly by the way. After watching the Ashes for 5 days straight, we're going to just be flying through this match. 3.5 hours is not going to seem long enough to be able to watch all of this awesome cricket that we will get to say. To says I, and also Quinton says I, as well says Ollie Wilson there. Yeah, do let me know your predictions. How many runs will the Adelaide Strikers be able to get themselves in their first innings here? I feel like anything under 160, that seems to be my common number at the moment. But the Sydney Sixers, you got to remember, at the top of the order, they've got Philippi, they've got James Vince, Moses Henriquez, who is actually the leading run scorer almost in the competition, unless Philippi has actually stolen it off him, which I think there is actually a possibility of that from the recent week when he was able to get himself 99 not out. So close to getting that 100, but just missed out by half a smidgen. But he will be open to go all the way with it today. Definitely if there is a big total set on the board for this one by the Adelaide Strikers. But they've certainly got the ability. The MVP leaderboard at the moment, Josh Philippi, right up the top, alongside Alex Ross, Curtis Patterson, I should say. Actually had a very good innings yesterday as well for his side. And let's not end the stream and sleep over at Irish's house as well. Says Aiden TV there in the chat. But yeah, at the moment, I feel like we're well and truly in like live stream mode. We're in cricket mode, rugby mode, Although rugby mode, I think there's actually a few more games getting postponed for the URC, unfortunately. So that does mean that rugby mode might be having a little bit more of a sleep than we were going to be in the past. But the Perth Scorchers sitting top of the table at the moment. They are sitting on 14 points, winning all of their games, the only team to be able to do so far. Then the Sydney Sixers, they are sitting in second. They are sitting on 11 points, which is decent at this point in time. Only the one loss, and that was to the Hobart Hurricanes. Then after that, the Thunder, the other Sydney side. We're going to get to see that Sydney Derby, at Boxing Day. That's going to be just around the corner, and that will be alongside the Ashes live stream that we will be doing on the day as well. Then in fourth, it is the Stars. Fifth, it is the Strikers. They are sitting on 6 points. So if they win this game and they win it with the Bash Boost point, they actually move right up into third. So it does show how close it is. And the early stage, we have also got there. Do you want to hang out one day with me as well? Says Ollie Wilson. By the sounds of it, you got a party going on at your house every day, every hour. So I guess could be a fun time. As a job at the moment, Adelaide Strikers, they are 38% likely to be able to win this game. It's not going to be easy, but if that top order can fire, similar to what Matt Shaw has been doing recently, he's just been striking the ball extremely well for himself, Matt Shaw. And then you've got Jake Weatherald, has struggled a little bit for the BBL so far for BBL 11, but let's see whether or not he can get the job done. Oh, I see there that Finch might be returning to the Renegades. Hopefully, he does get that opportunity. He has had a few knee injuries after the Cricket World Cup. He decided to push himself in the rehab to be able to go back for the Cricket World Cup, and now he seems like maybe he's going to be back for the Renegades here. Ush, Amish Legend as well, says Johnny Blaze. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're excited for the Big Bash. Do you watch the Big Bash at all, Johnny? Do let me know. At the moment, it is warm here in New Zealand. We left the heat bump going in the lounge for a couple hours, I believe it was, before the live stream. And as soon as we turn on the lights, as soon as we are getting raring to go, it's hot again, unfortunately. So it is going to be a hot night of cricket, but that is the good thing about the fact that we're in summer at the moment. Christmas just around the corner. Just fingers crossed that this does stick around for Christmas as well. They're just showing Jai Richardson the skill that he had with the ball in the second innings for the Ashes, and he is actually going to be returning to the Perth Scorchers at some stage after the Ashes is finished. That's going to be exciting to see what he can do there. We've also still got our hydration, and ladies and gentlemen, we've got a little bit of something different here. We've actually got a different glass. It's almost completely invisible, but it is a Coca-Cola London 2012 glass. Decided to mix it up a little bit today as well. Big love from Sebastian as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Hope you're doing well. And also, do not watch the Big Bash, man. And also, we have got there, or me know none about the cricket, the wicket, as well. Says Johnny Blaze there. And also, I want to see your today's water glass as well. Tell you what, mate, it's a bit fancy. It is a London 2012, getting in the Olympic spirit at the moment. Decided to mix it up for the live stream that was just after the Ashes, but it only just fit on the desk. So I feel like it was a little bit risky in that regard. But yeah, anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are only sitting around 5 minutes away from the start of this match. I'm looking through that lineup. Ollie Pope, or sorry, not Ollie Pope. He is, of course, an English cricketer. Lloyd Pope, he did struggle a little bit with the ball in hand. We did see last week, which is why he was the X-Factor player who was substituted out of the team. But we're going to have to wait and see whether or not it will be the job done by the Adelaide Strikers, or whether the Sydney Sixers might be able to keep their winning form intact. But we will have to wait and see exactly how it goes. Jake Weatherald at the top of the order alongside Matt Short, like I mentioned. Then they've got Matty Renshaw, the return. Was playing for Australia A. Hasn't had an opportunity in the Ashes, but he has certainly been in form. So that is why it's going to be so exciting seeing what he can do out there at the crease. But he has got talent. He has got power as well, Matty Renshaw, a left-hander at the top of the order, alongside Jake Weatherald, actually, for the left-handers. That's the thing, left-handers, I feel like they used to be a little bit more of a rarer breed than they are now, if that makes sense. Like, normally we used to only see like maybe 2 or 3 left-handers in a side. Now you can see up to like 5 or 6 for them as well. Like for the Adelaide Strikers, they've got Jake Weatherald, Matty Renshaw, also Harry Nielsen, George Garden, and then that is actually all. I've only got the 4 of them, or is that 5? I'm not too sure about my maths, but then also 2 left armers there for the Sydney Sixers, and it depends on how long Josh Philippe stays at the crease as well. If he goes out early, this could be a very interesting contest as well. Says Sebastian, yeah, he is going to be batting second, and he will have a good opportunity of being able to really push the pace in this one. We saw the net run rate of the Hobart Hurricanes deteriorated a little bit after the match that they did have yesterday, but they were able to survive out those innings, which is why hopefully this game will be the same. I want to see a full amount of cricket. Who do you think is the best performer of today's match? I think it's going to be either Josh Philippi or Matt Short put our two new kittens on the Discord channel. As this is November, I am going to have a look right now. I feel like we have heard about these kittens. Where are they? One moment. We will go like this, and we will go like this as well. We're going to get to see the kittens. We'll go like this. Oh, they look like nice, friendly kittens. Hopefully, they don't attack you too much in the early stages, and hopefully, they do kind of adapt to your conditions of the house as well. Adapt to the conditions sounds like they're about to play cricket on a hard-to-read pitch, but yeah, hopefully, they are all happy at the moment as well. Tabby is the girl, and white one is the boy as well. I do see has just come across in the Discord. Do let me know also, ladies and gentlemen, who is going to be the leading run scorer of this match. I think it's either going to be Philippi or Matt Short. I feel like the two guys at number one, the way that Matt Short has been playing recently, he's probably an underrated player. People don't really mention that name, but they should, because he has certainly got the talent at the top of the order. Watch him get a duck now that I have well and truly jinxed him for this one, unfortunately. But Jordan Silk in the middle order of the Sydney Sixers, he is absolutely phenomenal in the field. And just with his fielding alone, he can actually save probably 10 runs or so by himself. Sean Abbott, he is going to be dangerous with the ball in hand. I feel like he is going to be my leading wicket taker of this match. I do actually see no sign of Tom Curran today. Now, we do know that there were a couple injuries last week for the Sydney Sixers. No Tom Curran, and also no Stephen O'Keefe. He seemed like he was going to be out for a couple weeks with a bit of a leg injury when he was trying to chase that ball around the boundary. So that is not good news for the Sydney Sixers, losing your man who has taken 6 wickets, and also losing a guy who definitely has the potential to be able to take 6 wickets. They're lovely as well. And there's Sebastian as well. But at the moment, we are getting very close to the start of this match. Only 3 minutes away. I am absolutely loving the BBL so far. Already 16 matches in. There is a day that is coming up in January that there are 3 matches back-to-back alongside some cricket as well for the Ashes or some test matches. There's plenty going on at the moment. So if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I think it'll be Moses Enriquez or Renshaw to be the leading run scorer. 2 very good shouts as well with Moses Enriquez. He will be trying to get his number 1 spot back from Josh Philippi, I believe, who has just overtaken them by a little bit. We are going to get to see the caps, though. But we know one thing, and that is for sure. Andrew Ty, he has taken that wicket taker's cap, and he is holding on to it with both hands. The way he was able to take wickets last night in the game up against the Hobart Hurricanes, very impressive in that regard. And also, we've got to thank you both, Martina, and I were very keen on the white one, as I said, another one. Hopefully, the other one still gets a little bit of love as well. Of course, it will. The Tabby one, I believe it was. I'm not wrong, but now it is going to be the Adelaide Strikers making their way out to the crease. It is Jake Weatherald, and it is Matt Short. Matt Short, he's not short at all. He's very tall, and he has got a big frame, and he could actually have the power to hit this ball onto the roof of the MCG. We've seen it done before with Josh Philippi. In fact, we've seen it done multiple times with Josh Philippi. He loves doing it each time he gets the opportunity to. And now the Sydney Sixers, they are making their way out onto this field as well. I'm looking around, seeing whether or not I can see anyone that is going to be kind of lurking around. No, Hayden Kerr, I believe, is the man who has been replacing. That would be for Tom Curran, I believe, at that stage of the order. But that's going to be a big hit for the Sydney Sixers if there is injury. Although saying that with Sean Abbott returning, perhaps he is the one who did go in for TC. But he is going to be actually batting at about number 6 or 7 for this matchup. So relatively high up the order for Sean Abbott, but certainly has the power, certainly has the determination to be able to high score if he needs to as well. But it looks like it will be Darcy Short. That's a lie. It's Matt Short who will be on strike for this burst delivery. And look at that. Josh Philippi, he has got the golden cap. He's taken it off Moses Enriquez. That would have been a little bit of a painful pass from Moses Enriquez going, here you go, mate. You've just overtaken me. So you can have that one as well. We have got there. No, Tabby is a girl. The white one is a boy coming over straight attention man as well. And the chat says Sebastian there. And the chat as well. But at the moment, Matt Short, BBL career, 500 runs for himself. Also a strike rate of 120, the best of 65. This man can hit a long ball. He's got the GM in hand. I haven't actually seen too many GMs lurking around recently. It's normally Gray Nichols, or it is also DSC, I believe, is the other brand that's really on the up at the moment. Jake Weatherald at the non-strikers end is best at 115. If he can get that today, the Adelaide Strikers have a good chance of being able to go on to win this match. But they do need a good total here. 160 minimum up against the Sydney Sixers side, who have got power at the top of the order. Philippi also alongside him. They have got Moses Enriquez. James Vince is another player. That's the thing. Philippi is scoring that many runs that we forget that James Vince is at the other end, and he was able to get himself 98 not out last year. As though he's actually just been overtaken, though, by Josh Philippi for the highest score ever by a Sydney Sixers player. And now it is going to be Bender Washus bowling the opening over. He didn't actually play for the first few weeks, but now he is ready to go. 62% chance of the Sydney Sixers to win this one. Let's get into this match. It's going to be outside of the off stump, and it is a brilliant cover drive straight away from Matt Short, and that is going to be racing away to the boundary. First ball of the day, and that one has gone for 4 runs. That will give Matt Short confidence, and he just plays some very good cricket shots along the way as well. Matt Short ends up lining up that one, puts it out through cover, and that is going to be a good start to the match for the Adelaide Strikers. Look at that, just a cover drive, classic cover drive. Tell you what, some test match players would be happy with the way that one came off the bat. And also we have got there, Greg has said hello, how's that nose of yours today as well? Says Greg, it's been a little bit sinusy here in New Zealand, but luckily it doesn't seem like it's too bad at the moment. So I'm fingers crossed that it stays that way for the rest of it. And also Reed says he wants Barbie dolls for Christmas as well, says Ollie Wilson. Well, be sure to put it on your list because I am sure we are getting closer and closer to Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. Only less than 5 days, 4 days, in fact. Good evening, Kiwi Ladders as well, says David. Welcome into the live stream, mate. And I hope you've had a good day, even though it's been relatively hot here in New Zealand. Hopefully no one got sunburnt and everyone is feeling good and raring to go for the cricket as well. Hopefully you got some AC going or a fan or something. That's going to be a big shot there from Matt Short, and that's gone all the way for 6 there. And he is on a fire-ish start to this match. Is fire-ish a word? Doesn't really sound like one. Similar to licorice, but that is a word. Matt Short hits it to the leg side. Good shot from him. Gets power on it. DeWarsh's just a half tracker, and it is going to be 69 metres. Hit into the crowd, and 230 for 4 as well as the prediction from Nobmum. So she is going high with the total in this match by the looks of it. It is going to be a brilliant one into the crowd for Matt Short, already sitting on 10 runs off 3 deliveries. DeWarsh steams in. It's going to be the cut shot there from Matt Short. That's another 4 runs. And this is an expensive over to start off this match. Matt Short looking aggressive. We've seen some good totals set at the SCG. Thinking back, we saw the one between the Hobart Hurricanes and the Perth Scorchers, between Hobart Hurricanes and Sydney Sixers, and sinusy as well. And there says David there. And also we have got the Kiwi lad, says Lila, welcome into the live stream. Hope you are great for this one, and hope you are excited for the return of the BBL. We have got games every single night up to Christmas. We get Christmas off, but then Boxing Day, we've got the Boxing Day test match. We've also got 2 games of the BBL in a row. Evening, David, says Sebastian. I feel like it's obvious, isn't it? I'm very excited at the moment. Like, I can't stop taking the smile off my face because I am glad we got the BBL back kind of in full scale, because normally alongside the Ashes, we had about 3 days where we didn't get to see it. Now it's back to Washus steaming in, and once again, it's going to be a glided shot from Matt Short, but luckily they have put a man out there in deep cover. They get him to 2 runs, though that was relatively close for a run out, but was nicely done between the wickets for the Adelaide Strikers, who move up onto 16 runs at the moment. It's a short boundary either side, 63 metres both ways. On the worst day ever, I'm getting nervous now as well, says Aiden. Yeah, it's not ideal for them. That is for sure. 63 metres, so it's not a very long boundary, and that is where Matt Short will be aiming. See whether or not he can get himself some nice early ones. It's a big one down the ground, though, about 80 metres. DeWarsh's final ball of the over way down the leg side, and it's going to be at least 1 extra as well. Philippine not quite able to get the gloves to it. Do they just get the one? They do indeed. So that's going to be 2 wides, and this one will be continuing. The over, that is, of Ben DeWarsh is currently going to be sitting on 16 offers, and now goes up to 18 as well. So it is going to be tough. Kiwi lad, Reed loves boys as well. And the chat from Ollie Wilson. Yeah, at the moment, if you haven't already, be sure to predict how many runs you think the Adelaide Strikers will be able to get. I'm going to go 189 as my prediction. I better put that down in the chat, or else I will well and truly forget it. 189, and we'll go, it's for 4. We'll say they won't lose too many wickets. These 2 look like they're going all right so far. DeWarsh is now once again going to be running in for the final ball of his over. He will hope, and it is outside of the off stump. Nice little bit of swing available, and that is going to be the end of the first over. Expensive one at that. 18 for none here for the Adelaide Strikers. We have got eye from David there in the chat to Aiden. But yeah, at this stage, the BBL, I miss it. Like, that's the thing. We've watched it the last 2 nights, and it just made me more and more excited. We have got there 200 for K-pop official as the prediction there in the chat as well. So 200 is probably a very good shout for them. Certainly, the pitch at the SCG, it seems to hold up very nicely. That's the thing, though. Is it a batting surface or a bowling surface? We've got the Ashes only about 2 weeks away. That is going to be taking place here. I'm trying to analyze the pitch. It's very hard to do, though. I don't know whether or not this will be the pitch that they end up playing that one on, but it will be a very good match nonetheless. We have still got the MCG test match that will be coming up. That is Boxing Day, ladies and gentlemen, and that is just around the corner. Alongside, we've also got the Black Caps. They are taking on Bangladesh, but this is the schedule for the Ashes that we have got so far. And it's going to be the MCG, the SCG, and then closing out in Hobart at Blundstone Arena, which is going to be a spinner's paradise, that pitch as well. And also we've got the 177 for 179 for that one as well. And also we have got the 189. You're crazy. Don't say that, Amish. It's not going to be a big run chase. Well, I hope not. And hey, David, how you doing? Says Aiden there. It is going to be now running in Sean Abbott. Nicely delivered. It's a little bit too high, and they are going to get the league by there. But it was a shout for LBW from the Adelaide Strikers, or sorry, from the Sydney Sixers there. But Weatherald, he does get himself not quite off the mark, but he does end up now getting the chance to face off against Sean Abbott. It's not going to be easy for him, though. Sean Abbott, he can swing the ball quite far when he does get that a good opportunity earlier on in a match. Who was it? Mahmood, actually, yesterday or the day before for the Sydney Thunder. He was swinging it a mile. The way that one was going, it was going all over the place, left, right. He was getting it to move, and he was able to pick up 4 wickets for himself as well, which was a very impressive innings from Mahmood with the ball in hand for his first game, and he is certainly going to be one to watch out for. Someone else who had a very good first innings for himself, it was actually Tymel Mills when he did have the ball in hand. So I'm hoping we do get to see maybe the return of Harris Ralph very soon for the Melbourne Stars. I know that he will be steaming in, getting ready to go. That's going to be trying to glide that down a third man for Jake Weatherall, but doesn't quite get it through the gap. I'm looking around in the field. Josh Philippi, that golden hat really stands out. But of course, he is standing out in terms of performance for the BBL so far as the leading run scorer. I believe just behind him is actually Moses Henriquez. And then relatively up there, I'm actually trying to think of who else has had some good innings. To be fair, Matt Short's probably not a mile off. Curtis Patterson as well is possibly another good shout for that one. But Sean Abbott has bowled 2 dot balls so far for himself, or kind of dot balls, but it is going to be the league bye that he did have as well. Steaming in here, Sean Abbott. Nicely delivered. And there's a little bit of a shout for LBW there from Daniel Hughes, but it is going to be once again another dot ball. This man does not stray too wide very often, Sean Abbott. It's normally on the stumps, and that is why it's going to be so tough for the Adelaide Strikers to continue that momentum that they got in the first over, where they were able to get the 18 runs. Just the one leg by so far off this one so far. And at the moment, there are a huge amount of the KFC bucket heads and the crowd. I believe someone has informed me that if you catch the ball in your bucket, you do receive some sort of prize. I'm not too sure how much the prize is, but it would be a pretty good one. I would assume it's going to be nicely played there by Jake Weatherald, and it down to deep third man, and DeWarshus does throw it back in as well. And Amish, what do you think? Do Joe Root will be removed as captain if England loses Ashes 5-0, and Ben Stokes will take his place as well, says Coding. It's a tough one for Root. He may actually, depending on how the abdominal is, he might not even be playing the game at the MCG. He looked very sore in the last one, and getting hit where he got it probably wouldn't have been helping the pain factor. So I hope he is all right. But if he does not get to play on that one, I'd say Ben Stokes will take the captaincy from him just for that one. Similar to what we saw as the vice captain, Stephen Smith, stepping up to be the captain when Cummins was out, although he is going to be returning for the MCG as well. Short ball outside of the off stump and not quite able to get onto it there short. So now Abbott, he has had only the 1 run so far of the first 5 deliveries, plus the leg bye as well. And if you catch it in the bucket, you get free KFC for a year as well. So that would be worth a crack, I would think, being able to get that abdominal and groinal as well. And there's Sebastian. And yeah, unfortunately for him, Mitchell Starc, he found the radar for all the wrong reasons in that test match, because he was able to absolutely nail, I guess, the target, if that was his target. But if it was, then Mitchell Starc, he is a ruthless man. That's going to be up in the air. That's going to be a take and a half from Dan Christian, the veteran. And that is a catch and a half, ladies and gentlemen. Short is going to be on his way. 16 runs off 8 deliveries. And Dan Christian, he glided like he was 24 again. How old is he now, Dan Christian? I swear he's like 30-something at least, but it was a brilliant take in the end. Sean Abbott ended up just trying to glide it out through the point region. Dan Christian leaps up, and that is a brilliant catch for him as well. Sean Abbott shows his appreciation for it, and also Short is out. And there as well, he is indeed, and that is going to be the first wicket down here for the Adelaide Strikers. Not ideal for them to lose him this early on, but that is the end of the second over. Incredible over from Sean Abbott, and is sitting 1 for 1 now in this situation. But Matthew Short, he is going to be gone, and now making his way to the crease, they have got themselves John O'Wells, perhaps, might be making his way out there, unless they decide to promote Matty Renshaw up the order a little bit more. I'm looking around. Who is it going to be? It is going to be Matt Renshaw. Does make his way out there. It looks like it is Hamilton Kerr now. Hayden Kerr will be getting an opportunity with the ball in hand. We have got there. Told you they're going to get 150 as well, says Hayden there. And the chat. And the last thing they want now is to lose too many more wickets. They've got 2 left-handers at the crease. Jake Weatherald And also it is Matty Renshaw, but that's a nice cover drive, but then was just plucked out of thin air by the veteran Dan Christian, like I mentioned, and that will give him a lot of confidence. He was getting a lot of celebration from his teammate Sean Abbott's going, how did you even do that, mate? I didn't know you could do that. And now Jake Weatherald, he is going to be important to be at the crease, and Matty Renshaw at the other end, 756 runs for Matty Renshaw in his BBL career, 122.9 for the strike rate, and then 90 not out for Matty Renshaw when it does come to his highest score. So he might need that here. Matty Renshaw hasn't been the greatest lately, so he should be an easy wicket as well, says Aiden. Nicely bowled once again by Kerr, pitching it up. And it was whipped away to leg side just for the dot ball. And Grace has said hi as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are going to be back tomorrow with another match of the BBL, and it is going to be confirmed in a moment what one it is. I have actually forgotten what match it is. We've got so many of them coming up for the BBL. So the games that we are covering from now on: Wednesday, Renegades versus Scorchers; Thursday, Strikers versus Heat; Friday, Hurricanes versus Stars; and then 2 games on Boxing Day as well. And Amish, you can cake on Christmas. And what is your favorite Coke or cake flavor? Sorry, chocolate cake or vanilla cake as well. It depends on the icing. Like, I do love myself a chocolate cake, but then saying that, I do also really enjoy a vanilla cake as well. In terms of with that buttercream icing, we have got the Amish as well. Says Warriors Man, welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. Hope you are excited for the BBL, as it is well and truly back in the swing of things, and it is not going anywhere till Christmas Day is the only day that we don't have BBL for the next big old while. But that is going to be a nice shot from Jake Weatherall, gliding it out through the field. It's a quick outfield, and it does go all the way to the boundary for first boundary for Jake Weatherall of the day. He moves up onto 5 runs off 7 deliveries, and Kerr will not be too happy with that one. Just went outside of the off stump a little bit too far there for Hayden Kerr, and it was glided out through point. Dan Christian trying to chase it down, just not quite able to, and Lloyd Pope down on the boundary, not able to cut it off either. But it looks like Jake Weatherall, he needs to find some confidence here early on in his innings, because if he can get a big total here, I feel like that will help carry him through. A lot of these players, as soon as they have one big innings, they just keep going. And we saw it with Mitch Marsh in his first return. He got himself the century second game, 21 from 21, but he will be ready to go once again in a short moment. That's going to be Jordan Silk there looking for the run-out opportunity. Was not quite able to get it there for his side. Currently 2.4 overs in to this match as well. It is flying by, like I mentioned, with watching so much Test match cricket recently. This game is going to be over before we know it, so I'm making the most of it. Renshaw at the crease hasn't faced the delivery as of yet. Another wicket, please. Let's go, as says Aiden there. And the Jets, he is hoping that one will be falling very, very soon. Weatherall sitting on 5 runs off 8 deliveries. Renshaw sitting on 0 off 0, but he is at the non-strikers end, and he will be looking to push himself towards at least that 30 mark. And this one as well. Good Yorker bowl by Hayden Kerr. And that is going to be the dot ball. Only going for the 1 boundary so far off the first 5 balls. And this is very good work. And Jake Weatherall will get 78 as well. Says a depth and brief for the prediction. But yeah, that's the thing. The first over was absolutely incredible from the Adelaide Strikers, getting 18 runs off the over of Dwarshus, but now from there has slowed down just a little bit for them with that wicket falling. And like they've said, Matty Renshaw got a Test 100 to his name already. Maybe one day he gets a chance in the Ashes series. It's going to be nicely played by Jake Weatherall. They are taking the single. It's going to be a quick one, and it is going to be just safe. 25 for 1 here after the 3 overs. So 2 overs, only going for 7 runs, and also being able to pick up that big wicket last over was Sean Abbott. And the Adelaide Strikers, they are going to have to try and rebuild a little bit. 37% chance that they win this match. It was sitting 60 or so at the start of this match for the Sydney Sixers. So they've gone up 3%. Adelaide Strikers gone down 3. But Matty Renshaw, he has got the potential to change this one with his grey knuckles in hand. He is going to be at the non-strikers end, though, once again. World-class number 1 T20 world's best players. AB de Villiers, Chris Gale, David Warner, Joss Butler, Rohit Sharma, Brendan McCullum, Muhammad Rizwan, also Babar Azam, Alex Hales, and Dawa Milan as well, says MD. Imagine if all those guys played on the same team. Like, that's the thing. I don't know who would do the bowling, of course, but some of them might be able to whip one down there occasionally. And also, we have got that just come on as well. And the chat says Aiden there, he does want another wicket for the Sydney Sixers here. Jake Weatherall going to be on strike. Sean Abbott sitting 1 from 1. That's gone straight up in the air. This could be one, depending on who is under it. It is going to be the captain, Moses Enriquez. He takes it, and that is the second wicket falling now for the Adelaide Strikers. Weatherall gone 6 runs of 11, and that is the second wicket of this match for Sean Abbott. Welcome back, Andre Russell and Glenn Maxwell as well. There's MD. Like they said, Sean Abbott just picks up wickets for fun. I believe they just said it's his 100th wicket for himself as well. That went straight up in the air, waiting a mile for it to come down. Motors on Ricketts, and he gets a Milan with bowl. Mod or mad off spin as well, says Sebastian there in the chat as well for that lineup. And I guess other than that, I'm looking through who else can bowl other than David Milan. I guess your 12th man, Glenn Maxwell, and also Andre Russell would have a good opportunity there. And also, let's go, boys, says Aiden. And also, we have got there all the way, says Aiden there in the chat as well. Can they use this momentum to their advantage now? A 71% chance that the Sydney Sixers will be able to win this game. John Wells makes his way out to the crease, and Manny Renshaw now will get to face his first delivery. 2 men at the crease who have not faced one yet for this one. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Abbott on fire in these early stages. 2 wickets, 1 run. It isn't the other way around for Sean Abbott, and he is certainly back rearing to go and trying to take that golden cap off Andrew Tye. The most wickets in BBL history. He's just taken over in terms of the most. He is sitting on 111. He is tied with Ben Lachlan, so if he gets one more, he will be able to overtake that. Also on that list was actually Kane Richardson and Andrew Tye, and also 160 under total as well, says Lila there. And Sub-Hamish says Warriors fan as well. I welcome him, mate. Hope you're doing well. Sean Abbott there, a little bit leg side-ish, and that is going to be called as a wide. That was actually a hat-trick ball for Sean Abbott, and that is the last thing you want is the bowler wide for that one. It's our live stream was 29 minutes as well, says Brandon there, and I like you, lad. So you must have worked out how to have it go a little bit longer than Brandon, I assume. If I'm not wrong, Brendan McCullum versus Kane Williamson. Which Black Caps captain do you rate, will you rate, or look at their tactics, which is a more attacking captain? I mean, I would say more attacking is probably Brendan McCullum, just because as a batsman, a higher up the order batsman, like an opening batsman, normally they love to get just a bat on ball and trying to really, I guess, propel the innings forward. Whereas Kane Williamson, you do see a lot more of the tactical game from him. Rather than being too aggressive, he does just pick his moments to be able to go. Brandon, his name is Amish as well in the chat. Says that Warriors fan, but now Sean Abbott at the moment sitting 2 runs off 2 wickets as well for himself after 1.2 overs. This has been, once again, a very good performance from Sean Abbott. So we expected nothing less. He was the man who I did say would be able to get the most wickets at the moment. He's the only man who has been able to get wickets. With the Adelaide Strikers, they need to stick around for the full 20 in this one and try and work their way towards a decent total. That's going to be nicely played by Matty Renshaw. But once again, another dot ball for Sean Abbott, putting the pressure back on the Strikers after that 18 runs for that very first over. Their power surge is looking like it will not be as expensive as it could have been. Or the power play, sorry, they have got the power surge after the 10th over. They will have the opportunity of having 2 as well. 50 for 9 there in the chat from Brandon for the prediction of this one. But the Sydney Sixers versus Adelaide Strikers is this match that we are seeing at the SCG, the match tomorrow night. The Melbourne Renegades, they have got themselves another challenge, and that is going to be up against, I need to make sure that I do say the right name, because they've been getting a few of my names wrong recently. That's going to be Renshaw once again, another dot ball. It's Renegades versus Scorchers, and then Strikers versus Heat on the Thursday, followed by Hurricanes versus Melbourne Stars. That's actually a slightly earlier game for us as well. Best bowler, Lasif Malinga, Trent Bolt, Jasper Bumrah, and also we have got there Rahman there in the chat as well, and also Dale Steyn, Rashid Garden, Joffrey Archer, and also we have got there Sheehan Afridi in there as well, or Session Asaha as well, and Afridi there in the chat as well. But yeah, at the moment, we're seeing some very good bowling from Sean Abbott into this T20 format, and Hamish in South Africa versus India Test Series, 1 bowler from both teams who will perform best. Siraj versus Bumrah for India, and Nokia versus Rabada. I'm going to say Rabada and Bumrah as my combo. I know that Mohammad Siraj is a very good bowler, but I would say Jasprit Bumrah is just that little bit more consistent. You know what you're going to get with him, and you know it's going to be good line and length, and just keep on going for himself until he does pick up those wickets. I'm quickly going to blow my nose. I mentioned sinus earlier on. Unfortunately, it's unfortunate for ourselves, that is for sure. Here we go. I missed the button a couple of times in terms of trying to hit the unmute button, I guess you say. And also we have got there. So glad to catch this live as well. Through no BBL game. So stoked catch this as well. And cheeky pavlova are quite tasty as well. Says Nathan Simmer, cheeky pavlova is quite tasty, that is for sure, mate. And that is a chase or a nice boundary. I was going to say a tasty boundary, but I don't know whether or not that is the analogy that we will be using. But that is Jono Wells' first ball faced, does hit it to the boundary. And now after their power play, sitting 31 for 2 here for the Adelaide Strikers. We have got there, should Zach Crawley bat for England, lads. I'm desperate at this stage. I think you give him a chance. I think he's worth a crack, Zach Crawley. You've got nothing really to lose. Like, you've already gone 2-0 down in the series. This is the mindset that they need to look at for England, I think. And that's also why I think bring in Dom Bess, bring in also possibly, I mean, if you need to, switch it up just a little bit more. Mark Wood, he's got to be back. I've got the Sixers winning this as well, says Robert. Yeah, they're in a good position at the moment. And you can say a sweet spot or sweet shot as well. Says it was from Nathan Sims. And also we have got there one day in the chat for MD. For that form, yeah, let's go there. But I wanted to make an 11-minute videos because people don't watch the 29 minutes, so I have to listen to them as well, says Brandon there. And also we have got there, your microphone is so best in removing background noise. It is so good. What is the price for it? Have you buy from Amazon.com? You give a link. Can I order in India as well, says Coding. So this microphone, I actually ended up buying it a long time ago, like probably about 5 years. It is a Sennheiser, but I don't think it was a very expensive one at all. And also we have got there, are you well, sorry, sound bit flu damage as well, says Kevin. Yeah, it is just sinus, unfortunately. We've had a couple hot days in a row, which of course my body is like, what is this? This is not the weather that you used to. Make it -2 again. But we are currently sitting about 20 at the moment. Another wicket to fall this over as well. And it's Lloyd Pope who is actually in the bowling attack now for the Sydney Sixers. He was struggling a little bit last week. Unfortunately, he did get subbed out as the X-Factor player. Got the line, got the length wrong as well for him. But now he is getting ready to go. And at the moment, going for 2 singles of the first 2 deliveries. Matty Renshaw sitting on 2 off 5. Jono Wells sitting on 5 off 2. So just a complete role reversal for those 2 at the moment. The projected gets them 150. They will need more of that. That's dragged down from Lloyd Pope. And that is going to be a wide by quite a bit, unfortunately, for him. There could be another wicket in this over. Aiden has projected it. Will we get to see it, though? Outside the off stump, but once again, just gliding nicely. That's looking like it is going to be going out to the man at deep cover. And it was a nicely covered there. 2 runs for themselves as well. Mark Wood needs to come in for Robinson and Bess in for Wokes as a spinner and Bairstow in for Hamid as well, says Robert. Yeah, they've got to change up something. I feel they need that new injection into their side, like whether it is, like that's the thing I was saying about Chris Wokes as opener, but if they bring in Bairstow as an opener, I will well and truly be happy enough with that. The Boxing Day test on the 26th of December, fun fact, Ollie Pope could break a record for most innings without a duck. The record is 44. He's currently on 40 as well, says Nathan Sims. So yeah, perhaps he will be able to go there, although it is an interesting stat, I guess you could say, because I guess it's impressive, but it's also like looking at the average of how much he has been able to get up till this point. No, going down leg is the call there from the umpire. I thought it was going to be LBW, but he has said that it was possibly spinning just a little bit too much for that delivery from Lloyd Pope. Let's have a look at this one. Jono Wells. Oh, he could have been in a little bit of trouble there. We're going to have to see the ball tracker for this one. So it was relatively close, but I think it was turning just a little bit down leg. Speaking of Ollie Pope as well, I want him gone. The wee Muppet as well. Johnny Bairstow in his place and Crawley to open the batting as well. See that Sebastian there, yeah. So hopefully England are willing to take that risk in terms of the selection because, yes, it may backfire, but at this stage, you're 2-0 down. You need a miracle to be able to win all 3 back-to-back to be able to get yourself the Ashes because that's the thing. If they draw just the 1 test match, they do not get it, sadly. One day's best players, Virat Kohli, Ross Taylor, Rohit Sharma, Dhawan Malan, as our David Warner, Kane Williamson, Shakib Al Hasan, Quinton de Kock, Martin Guptill, Jason Roy, and Mustafa Rahim. And then Abbott to take another 2 wickets on another fast bowler to take a wicket as well, says Robert. And also we have got their need to take easy because you have lots of talking to do on Boxing Day. We do indeed, but we got the BBL right up till Christmas. I feel like on Christmas Day, my voice will either work or it won't. Hopefully it does. But then we have got, the Boxing Day test match alongside the BBL after that as well on the channel. We have got plenty happening. And then New Year's, we have got ourselves the Black Caps taking on Bangladesh that we might be covering a little bit of on the channel as well. But now Ben DeWalsh just coming back into the bowling attack down the leg side once again for himself. And that is going to be another wide. Having a rough start to this game. DeWalsh just going for 18 runs of his very first over. And then also we have got the 182 for 6 here for Moorcake and I. And there as well from Moorcake. Hope you're doing well. What temperature is it at the moment for you, Moorcake? And also England needs Archer, Finn, and Overton as well, says Coronel. I believe they have got Overton over there at the moment. I'm not too sure about Finn, though. Is he over there? He might be. I know that Overton was about 12th man yesterday, or maybe 13th man. He was running out the drinks, Craig Overton, and it would be cool to see him get an opportunity with that little bit of extra height. They're just taking that LBW shout of Ollie Pope. Oh, it was actually hitting the stump, but it was pretty much almost missing out on the leg stump completely. 27 degrees is us, it's more cake. So, yeah, relatively warm there. Archer is injured. That's why he's not in Australia, as well, says Robert. We're running in now, Ben DeWashus. Nicely delivered one, but it is going to be Renshaw just whipping it off the side. That's going to be 4 runs, is it? Yes, it is. Great shot from Renshaw. Get him the timing. Nicely done. And now he moves up into double figures. 10 off 10 from the hit wicket. Was unfortunate as well, says the Nathan Sim. It was indeed unfortunately for him. It just ended up sadly like that was not the time that they wanted to lose that wicket. And it was like, yeah, that's the thing. You got to feel for him. 200 balls faced and then just to step back a little bit too far. Lack of concentration. Just going back onto his stumps. It must hurt big time there. And best test batsman, or best players, Joe Root as well, says MD. Whipped down the leg side once again for Matty Renshaw. Timed that one, but it does go straight to Kerr, who is there at deep square leg to be able to cut it off once again. But Josh Phillippe here, or Josh Phillippe, sorry. I keep on saying Josh because of Josh Butler, and then I keep on calling Josh Butler because of Josh Phillippe. I keep on confusing the two, unfortunately, today. Match winner as well, says Pavana. I believe the Sydney Sixers will be able to get the job done here in this match. Our most underrated batsman currently, Babar Azam and Devon Conway in all formats. Who do you say? As says Nathan Sim. Yeah, Devon Conway is right up there. I mean, having his debut where he was able to make himself that 100, I believe that was his debut for Test match cricket, wasn't it? That's going to be a nicely glided shot there from John O'Wells. Down to Pope at third man. We have also got the about 140 for the Strikers as well. And there for Kevin. And also we have got their West Indies from as well. Says MD in the chat. And also we have got their watching Squid Game tomorrow as well. And they're from Moorcake. I haven't actually seen it yet. Apparently it's good and then apparently it's bad depending on the side of the scale you sit on. I guess you could say what's the prediction looking like. As well, says Aiden at the moment. The predicting win is 66%. That's off the edge, but it's gone over the top there. And Matty Renshaw will pick up the boundary for himself. The last 16 balls have gone for 21 runs. Now last 17, 25. And Renshaw moves up onto 15 runs off 12 deliveries. We have, let's go there, 200 on debut as well. Yeah, just incredible from Devon Conway. And also we have got, he's from New Zealand as well. Says that Robert Miller. Shannon, red light, green light. As well says more cake there. But Matty Renshaw just ends up trying to swing through that one. Didn't quite get the timing, but got enough of an edge on it to go over the top of Phillippe. DeWashus at the moment. He's going for about 14.5 and over, and he's still got one more ball left and has been whipped off the side. So he's going for 15 as his economy. So I would say more than likely, recommendation, don't give him another over yet because it is not quite going well for him. But that is going to be the end of the over now, and it is 51 for 2 here for the Adelaide Strikers. We have got there. If you watch the West Indies series, you'll know that Bubba isn't underrated at all. Rizwan's got his number as well. Says Sebastian. Yeah, that's the thing. Those two at the top of the order, Muhammad Rizwan, and also you have him in that situation of alongside Babar Azam at the top of the order. They have certainly built some partnerships for themselves. They were actually really helping Pakistan get towards a chance of making it into that final of the Cricket World Cup. Just unfortunately falling at the last hurdle up against Australia. We have got there. Be back watching Squid Game trailer as well. And also Rashida's bad better and fielder as well. Says Kurunau, although all that's going to be up in the air, but it is a nicely glided shot down the ground. And Dan Christian has to cut that one off. I would say Rashid Khan, at times he can be a good fielder, but he probably isn't as consistent as he would like to be. But then, of course, when you get that many wickets with the ball in hand, they are going to continue to pick him for the Adelaide Strikers. Projected score 158 as well. Says MD there. And that's a big shot, and I wonder whether or not that changes it because that is going to be a 6 right into the crowd there. And it is a great shot from John Wells, who moves up onto 13 runs off only 5 deliveries. McCullum as well. There, says Robert, and you can watch the weird games of Bangladesh and Pakistan if they aren't on Sky. As well, says Nathan Sims. Also, we have got there, but New Zealand, they had a good batter in McCullum as well. Says it, Robert, but that is a brilliant shot there from John Wells. I know Brendan McCullum, he hit quite a few of those sixes in his time, that is for sure. Whipped away to the league side, and it is just going to be the single once again. It is warm in here, ladies and gentlemen, right now. We have got the lights going. We have also got the windows closed, although it is relatively late at night. We're sitting 9:44, so I feel like opening the windows probably wouldn't be the way to go unless we do want to let every single moth around the world. Have you heard of Steve Bucknor, worst umpire of all time? I have not, although I probably have seen a video of him, but just can't think of the name. And also seen Pakistan keep making talented fast bowlers. Oh, yeah, Sheena Afridi, Harris Ralph at the moment. Like, they just keep on steaming in. And that is why they are so sought after in these competitions such as the BBL. We did see for Harris Ralph at the Melbourne Stars just picking up a huge amount of wickets. I believe in his first innings or his first season, he was able to get himself a 5 for a hat trick as well, and then ended up just picking up so many wickets for his side. Once again, the sinus weather is coming. So after this over, one more ball from Lloyd Pope. We are going to be blowing the nose once again, but I will mute myself so that you cannot hear it. It is going to be hit down the ground. It looks like it will just be kept to the one there. And that is going to be the end of the over. That the SCG behind you. That one is the SCG. This one is Monaco Oval because I really like the look of this part, so I decided to leave it here. And we are in Sydney still, kind of, so it is all right. And also, you said it, Hamish, imagine Devon Conway, AB de Villiers playing for the Proteas in 2019 World Cup. If things go on well, why South Africa ignore such quality cricketers? It's so bad. They are responsible for their condition as well, says Coding there in the chat. Here we go. I have unmuted myself once again, but that's the thing. We've got a lot of very talented South Africans in the New Zealand side, and I feel like that is something that people don't really like to admit because we have got quite a few of those South Africans in our side. But you look at it, Devon Conway. We've also got Neil Wagner, BJ Watling as well, very talented Test batsmen, and then we play them in an ODI and T20 as well as a New Zealand game, a Test match. Says Aiden, I believe New Zealand on the 1st of January, I believe it's the date, they are going to be playing up against Bangladesh in a 2-match Test series, and then we have got South Africa in a 2-match Test series as well. Chris Jordan way outside of the off stump there, and that's going to be the wide from the Englishman as well. This bowling, I feel like at the moment there are some bowlers who are really performing, such as a Sean Abbott, and also I believe it was Hayden Kerr did very nicely for himself as well. But then the rest of the bowlers, the Warshus, Lloyd Pope, just really haven't been as economical, as they certainly will want them to be. That one almost missed the pitch from him as well. Also, new Pakistani bowler for Sydney Thunder, Hussain, has just signed as well. Is that Mahmood? If I'm not wrong, Sebastian, or have I got that wrong name in that regard? Or actually, Mahmood might be English, is he? That's going to be a big shot from Jono Wells and a puff of dust as it went over the boundary for 6. And Wells moves up onto 21 off 9 deliveries. The Adelaide Strikers have a 48% chance of being able to win this game just with a couple big shots from Wells and Renshaw. They have got themselves in a good box seat to be able to go on and get themselves a good total. After the 10th over, they will be allowed to take the power surge. Mohammed Hussain as well there for Sebastian. So I'm thinking of Mahmood, aren't I, for the Sydney Thunder. They've got a lot of good quicks, and that's the thing. That's not even including Daniel Sams also alongside them. Like, they have got some good bowlers for the Sydney Thunder. Slow ball outside of the off stump from Chris Jordan. And it is just going to be the dot ball once again. Mitch Marsh should be in there for Marcus Harris in the Aussie team as well, says Brunel. I would like to see Mitch Marsh get another opportunity for Test match cricket because I know that he did miss out. I believe it was the 2019 Ashes. We really didn't get to see him too much. He has had a few side issues with his kind of bowling. He did bowl last night for the Perth Scorchers, though, but I would like to see him just be a batsman maybe and see what he can do there and watch the odds drop if we get Renshaw and Wells as well. There's 8 in there and also Captain Green as well. And then there's Sebastian. That's going to be the single to the league side. And that is going to be, at the moment, almost 70 runs on the board for the Strikers. So they're still going at about that 10 runs and over. They're projected as 184 if they do continue the way that they're going. Also, Renshaw and Usman. See Marsh can't open as well, says Robert there in the chat. Best opening, India. Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul. Pakistan, Babar Azam, Muhammad Rizwan. Australia, David Warner, Aaron Finch. New Zealand, Martin Guptill and Colin Munro as well, says MD there. But yeah, at the moment, Chris Jordan once again. Can he get the breakthrough wicket supporting Sydney Sixers? As well there. It is going to be a nice shot from Renshaw straight out to the man at deep mid-wicket though. Well-placed field. That one was racing away to the boundary if he wasn't there. Renshaw and Usman. C Marsh can't open as well. And that there says Robert there in the chat as well. Yeah, you have got. I mean, I'd like to see Usman get a chance. Usman Khawaja. Because Marcus Harris, unfortunately for him, he's had plenty of opportunities, but never quite has been able to go. I believe it's most of 38, I believe, if I'm not wrong, for the most runs that he has been able to get in his last 10 or 15 innings. And cricket captain, I bet India with this bowling lineup as well. Milne, Sodhi, Satner, Mitchell, and Neesham as well. It's going to be out there for the 2 runs. Good running between the wickets there for the Adelaide Strikers. Renshaw does not muck around when it comes to running between the wickets. And same with Jono Wells. He is very quick in South Africa, playing 11. Devon Conway, Colin Munro, Jason Roy, Kevin Peterson, Manus Lewisham as well, although he is actually Greek, even though he does have that last name of Lawaskakni, I guess you could say, for a South African accent, but he is actually Greek for Manus. Glenn Phillips, Grant Elliott, Jonathan Trott, BJ Watling, Jade Durnbrack as well, Tom Curran and Neil Wagner as well for coding there. But now it is going to be just the single to close out the over, and they will be sitting a 2 for 73 here after the 8. My scoreboard has not been updating itself. One moment. Boom. There we go. It is going to be updating from now on. It was a little bit behind for that one. And don't worry, I play Cricket 22 as New Zealand versus England and bet England as well, says Robert. I am very keen to do some Cricket 22 in the near future. I might actually get a chance of playing it tomorrow, which is very exciting because I haven't actually played it since the game came out. Right when it came out, I was going to be filming a whole heap of videos on it, but the game was glitched and I couldn't actually get into the game. They ended up saying that there was a little bit of a bug that you couldn't actually load up the game there. And Robert, I've waited till Game Pass because then it's free as well. Says that Nathan Sims there, and also my favourite player as AB de Villiers, Liam Livingston, Josh Butler, and Shakib Al-Hassan there. As well, lads, you've done my head in with all the names, so please be moderate as well. Says that Sebastian there, and also we have got there Aussie Need, Mitch Marsh, and no left-hander as well. Aussie has already 2 left-hander as well, says Coronel. So who would you go with if you didn't go with Mitch Marsh? Which other right-handers have you got that you would be keen on? And at that situation at the moment, Moses Henriquez here going to be steaming into the crease. A little bit of a slower delivery from Moses and a misfield from Chris Jordan. We've got quite a few double-up names in the BBL, don't we? I feel like that would be a fun video. Trying to work out how to conjoin all of the cricketers. So you'd say such as Cameron Green, then you go Chris Green because he shares that name. Then you go Chris Jordan because he shares that name. Do we have a Jordan? We probably Jordan Silk. No one shares Silk though, so that's the end of it. Well, it was a fun game while it lasted. We have got the as an opener as well. Says Robert there, and we need another 2 wickets right now. And they're from Aiden, and hopefully George and the others can join you perhaps on a stream and the Boxing Day test as well. Yeah, I'm really hoping I can get the guys together for at least one session of that match, whether it is individually or separate. Like having George there for one, Isaac for another, Daniel coming around with Isaac maybe as well for that one. I have to wait and see what we can do for that one. But John Wells at the moment, he is on strike. 26 off 14, tries to glide it there, and they think that there's the wicket there. Moses Henriquez is appealing. Umpires just going, nah, didn't hear anything. They will be checking this one, of course, but this won't count towards the wicket. They aren't allowed the DRS in the BBL. Was there a noise here? Yes, there was. There was a big old edge there behind the stumps. And Moses Henriquez, he had the wicket, but they did not give it for that one as well. And hey, in the jab from Sahil there as well. Welcome in. And there were 2 McCullums, Nathan and Brendan as well. And then I guess when you're combining it with Nathan McCullum, who's another Nathan in the league, and that's going to be a big shot through the hands there. And it is going to be John Wells who hits it all the way to the boundary, but 2 chances in a row there to be able to get the wicket of Wells. First one was the wicket, but they didn't give it for the umpire, and then the second one went straight through the hands. A shot out of the bat like a bullet there for John O'Wells, went straight through the hands of, I think it was Hayden Kerr, who wasn't quite able to take that one on the circle. And now at the moment, Josh Phillippe is saying it's looking like a beautiful batting wicket. He will certainly be making himself a few runs, and Nathan Simuas as well. Another chat there. Another chat. So I can't think of anyone for that one. Unfortunately, that was going to be almost a run out of attempt, but they decide against the throw here. But Renshaw and also Wells putting together a very nice partnership. We do remember Nathan Lyon. That is a good one. Lyon in the grass. No, that's actually a tough game. Overall, I thought it would be easier when I first thought of it with Chris Jordan, Chris Green, and then Cameron Green added in there. But other than that, I am pretty much done. I guess you probably look for another Cameron rather than another Green. Or rather than another Green in that regard. That's going to be whipped away to the leg side. Nice shot, and it is going to be down to Jordan Selk, who doesn't really misfield anything when he is out on the field, that is for sure. That is going to be the end of the 9th over. 2 for 81, still going at a 9 runs per over rate here, and it is 180 as the projected score if they do continue the way that they are going at the moment, and they have still got the power surge, so maybe they could push upwards of maybe 10 and over from here on out, get themselves to 191. If Jono Wells, that's the ball he is, or the way he is, I should say, I feel like he's got a good chance. They're actually bowling Dan Christian here, so Moses Henriquez trying out all of his bowlers, seeing if anyone can get that breakthrough. They've actually bowled 6 bowlers already, and this is going to be the 7th with Dan Christian as well. Pakistan and Aussie should pick less lefty in their side if they want to win as well, says Cornell. And also we have got there Hamish. Have you watched the 2011 World Cup between New Zealand and Pakistan, where Ross Taylor completely destroyed Akhtar, scoring 28 runs in his overs, and the Black Cats scored 100 runs in 5 overs. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I'm sure that there are clips around for that one to start with. James Anderson, Corey Anderson, and James Bracey as well in that one. Says that Nathan Simmer. Now it is going to be Dan Christian steaming in to the crease. Now, can he get a wicket? He was able to take a catch earlier in the night for himself, and it is going to be just a single out to deep mid wicket, where Kurt was waiting for that one as well. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, from here, once we are at the 10th over, do let me know how many runs are they going to be able to get for themselves here, the Adelaide Strikers, and who will be picking up the next wicket for the Sydney Sixers. I feel like it is still a good shout to say Sean Abbott when he does get brought back into the bowling attack, but it might be a little while till we get to see Sean Abbott back once again. But Dan Christian at the moment, he is looking raring to go. I feel like taking that catch the way that he did, it will give them plenty of confidence in the field. It'll be nicely bowled, but once again, just a little bit leg side-ish, and John Wells just knocks around the corner. The partnership moves up onto 58 runs off 41 balls, and they really needed a rebuild for the Sydney Sixers, and that is exactly what they have been able to do here. 50-50 for the odds of who is going to be able to go on and win this match. A tip we're beating England 2-0. So you may want to put England on the list too as well. Says right there, who replaced O'Keefe. So at this stage, they have actually got Lloyd Pope there, and also a couple guys coming back into the side. Sean Abbott and Hayden Kerr also getting to start for this one. A little bit leg side-ish for Dan Christian, so that is going to be just a leg bye as well. But yeah, I believe that is who they have decided to replace him with, because Lloyd Pope, he did get subbed out last time. And I believe they didn't have Sean Abbott in their lineup, so that's kind of who has ended up getting put back in. And then O'Keefe at the moment, I believe they said 2 weeks minimum for him at the moment, unfortunately, for him to be out with his, I think it's something to do with the leg. And you always worry when you see leg injuries for slightly older players, because it can be the last time that we do see those players, depending on the process of trying to get better. Stephen O'Keefe already taken 6 wickets. And the BBL, that's off the edge, and that is going to be Dan Christian now picking up the wicket of John Wells, and now that will change the percentages a little bit. Well, Wells going to be on his way, 32 runs off 19 deliveries. But John Wells, he was almost out earlier on in the over with Dan Christian, where he did get an edge. That one is another edge, though, and that one's a lot thicker. The umpire heard that one, and it is now going to be 3 for 84 here for the Strikers, and 44% chance for them to be able to win. Best footballer, Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar, Eden Hazard, Harry Kane, or also we have got there Kevin De Bruyne as well. I believe that is, I mean, out of that list, I'd say probably Ronaldo or Neymar, probably your best options for John Wells. He is going to be out there, 32 off 19. Caught Philippi, bowled Dan Christian, so he hasn't just been able to take a catch in the field, he's also been able to take a wicket with the ball in hand, and now he is sitting 1 wicket taken. I'm excited to see this man at the crease here. Tom Kelly, he had a phenomenal innings last time. He did come in at a time where he could pretty much just swing the bat and hope for the best, and he did just that. He got himself a couple 6s, couple 4s as well. He's got pure power, this youngster, and he is going to be one for the Adelaide Strikers, who can maybe rebuild that partnership with Matty Renshaw, who is at the non-strikers end for this one. Dan Christian at the moment, he got 26 runs for himself, strike rate of 173. He was hitting the ball all over the place, and he wasn't doing it very slowly at all for that one. But Dan Christian now going to be running into the crease. He had the tongue out for a little bit. He will be feeling the momentum. Nicely played by Dan Kelly, though. It was going through to hit the middle stump. If he didn't miss it, though, good over so far from Christian. Now, if he can get himself just one more dot, going to be in a little bit more of a tricky position here for the Adelaide Strikers. Losing that wicket just before, maybe they would have taken on that power surge. So we will have to wait and see whether or not that does change a little bit. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Hope you are all doing well so far, and hope you are all excited for this matchup as well. And it's going to be now Kelly. Nicely played to the leg side, and he is going to be whipping it away. A little bit of a run-out opportunity, but he does get through for the single there. Nicely done as well. And what we didn't actually do for this live stream, I didn't actually put who was going to win the match as one of the polls. So who is going? One moment, we will quickly type that out. Who is going to win the match? And it is going to be the option out of these two sides, the Adelaide Strikers, or it could be the Sydney Sixers, who will be batting second at the ground. We will go like that, and we will go like that. Right, be sure to vote in that poll, ladies and gentlemen, who you think will be able to win that match. Will it be the Sixers or will it be the Strikers? He strained his calf, and O'Keefe is 5 years older than me as well. says it Robert there. So yeah, calf strain can always lead to something a little bit worse at times for them. Unfortunately, we have also got that Kiwi lad, I think 170 runs under as well, says Lila there. And also my favorite team, England, Australia, New Zealand as well, says MD there in the chat as well. But at the moment, the Adelaide Strikers, after the 10 overs, they are sitting on 85 for 3 here. So a decent start to the match, but they have just lost that wicket of John O'Wells, who was going at a rapid pace for himself at the crease as well. But they are just talking about the backyard, or sorry, talking about the Boxing Day test for England and Australia. We are going to be covering that on the channel as well, alongside the New Zealand versus Bangladesh test match that is coming up. All of the BBL games that are happening night after night after night, we are going to be around. So be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Steve Smith, he will be a man for the captaincy. Maybe he goes back down to vice captain for that next game. And it is actually going to be an earlier game than the day-nighter that we did see. So I'm going to have to get my sleep schedule sorted out for myself, perhaps, to be able to make sure that I am awake early enough for the Ash as well. Hi, Amish's cricket lovers. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Hope you are doing well. And I hope you are excited for the rest of this match. We've had 10 overs down. We've got 30 to go between these two sides, and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm just looking around because I swear we got this glass from McDonald's, and I feel like me saying I'm loving it was a brilliant opportunity to mention it, but it is a London 2012 one as well. I reckon under 160 as well from Robert Miller there for the prediction. Yeah, at the moment, they need to make sure they don't lose any more wickets for themselves. They've still got Ari Nielsen, who will be able to make his way to the crease. George Garden, Rashid Khan getting a long ball. A prediction 167 for 8 as Owen Cummins is back for the MCG2 as well, says Robert. And have they got Hazelwood back as well? Robert, do let me know, because I know that he was still side strain. It was 50-50 or so earlier on in the week, but I believe he will be all right. Chris Jordan here going for 12 runs off his first over for the Sydney Sixers. Can he pick up the wicket here of Kelly? I mean, the thing that he has got going for him, Chris Jordan, is that change up of pace. He does it very deceptively, and it's extremely hard to pick whether or not it is going to be the pacey delivery or a little bit slower. That one was 128. Just remember, or just need Renshaw now. Let's go as well. And hey, cricket lovers, Hamish is the boss, not me. I see he can press a button and in the stream as well. And there, Steve, so should remain as captain, says Coronel. Perhaps he gets a little bit more of an opportunity in the future if Cummins does end up deciding against the captaincy, but they're actually talking to Steve O'Keefe on the sideline at the moment. Chris Jordan just getting that one a little bit wrong for the runner, and he is going to be going back and doing it again. But Tom Kelly now at the crease. Thomas Kelly was able to have 26 runs for himself in his debut for them with the bat in hand, and he's in Melbourne with Cummins as well, says Robert Miller there. So yeah, hopefully they do both make their way back in for Australia. And I guess, would you take out Jai Richardson and Nessa if that is the case for the two bowlers that you would ditch for that one? It's going to be off the edge there. Nicely played though from Kelly. It goes out in the deep, so they haven't taken the power surge as of yet, but I assume they're not too far away from deciding that they want it at the moment. Matty Renshaw just having a bit of a chat with Josh Phillippe there, under 160 as well, says Robert there. And also we have got there, can wear Christmas costume, Hamish, on Boxing Day as well, says Kevin. Oh, it's probably a good idea, but I don't actually own a Christmas costume that I know of, unfortunately, and I probably left it a little bit too late to get one. I know that I had the Harry Potter one for Halloween, but yeah, I don't actually own a Santa costume, unfortunately, for myself. So I don't know whether or not it would actually arrive in time to be able to do it, unfortunately, there. And Santa Hamish as well, says Sebastian there. And also we have got their big hitter batsman, Andre Russell, Josh Butler, Chris Gale as well. Going to be whipped off the legs of Matty Renshaw. And that is going to be a little bit of a misfield from Jordan Silk, something we don't normally see from him. And take my name, please, as well. And there, into the chat. And it was from, it was Mahal Lakshmi. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And do let me know. And also Maxwell, Corey Anderson, and there, Cotter Pollard, and also De Villiers and Livingston there. And at the moment, Lloyd Pope has been relatively expensive today so far, unfortunately, for him, but he will have to make sure that he is consistent with it and take out Harris and replace him with Usman as well, says Robert. Yeah, I think those are the three changes that Australia will make. And then England, I'm hoping they make about the same amount as well. It's going to be a run-out opportunity. Dan Christian whips it into the keeper, and it is going to be absolutely fine there for the Adelaide Strikers. Just keep it kind of ticking it over, and yes, in the jet as well. But Tom Kelly, he's currently sitting on 3 runs off 5 deliveries. Renshaw sitting on 23 off 21. And the win probability at the moment sitting on 41% that the Adelaide Strikers are going to be able to get themselves the win here. So we will have to wait and see whether or not that is effective for them as well, or whether that is accurate, I guess you could say, as well there. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. That one's going to be whipped away to the leg side once again by Kelly into the deep. But Sean Abbott is out there to mark it up as well. And also, how do you earn, sir, as well? Says Amahal Lakshmi as well. This is actually my full-time job for YouTube, although it is one of those ones that it's pretty much full-time for time, and then it is in the situation of pretty much sitting for, I guess, part-time income for it as well. But I just absolutely love it, which is why I just keep on going and going and going while we can. But it is Steve O'Keefe who they are talking to, and unfortunately got a calf strain. And also, how does he earn what, like, viewers as well, says Robert. I believe it is in like what my income is for my YouTube channel or something along those lines, possibly. But at the moment, that is the end of Chris Jordan's over, and it is going to be 89 for 3 here for the Adelaide Strikers. I assume they won't be too far away from taking the bash boost kind of opportunity as well, because for this one, they will be needing about 80 runs for the Sydney Sixers. And also, let's go Sydney, let's go boys in the chat from Aiden as well. And yeah, at the moment, they are playing very decently in this game, Sydney, as long as they can keep up the momentum that they are trying to create here and keep on aggressing or keep on attacking, playing aggressively with the way that they bowl as well. I'm not doing anything in my game, no tactics. See if I can win as well. Says Nathan Sims, so hopefully it does work out for you. But they're showing there the SCG surface. It's looking pristine and a half there, that is for sure. Kind of almost a yellow slight tinge. Is it a catch? Yes, it is in Hamilton. Kerr in the deep. His name's not Hamilton, it's Aiden Kerr, and that is going to be Matty Renshaw, who has lost this wicket. I think they're actually checking this one, are they? See whether or not it has been cleanly taken there. Matty Renshaw, I think he is going to be on his way, and that will be the wicket there. Who you playing, Nathan Sim, as well? Says it was from Robert, but they're going to be going upstairs to see whether or not this one did carry to the man in the deep. Dan Christian may have just picked up his second wicket of the day. They're going upstairs. Is this going to be Matty Renshaw gone? He is sticking out at the crease for now. Seems to think that he will be all right, although he might be walking at the same time. We have got there doing YouTube. It's so much fun. Just make videos, and the experience of what you love can translate into money. It's not there in a 9-to-5 boring job as well. Says coding there. Yeah, instead it is just hours and hours and hours of editing and all sorts that I do. And also hours of talking as well. Let's go, boys, you bloody ripper as well. And Hamish does this. He has such passion for sports and people. Thank you, keeping us entertained as well. They're just going to check in this one. Does he end up taking the catch? Where's the ball? Where's the ball? Oh, I think he's been able to get the fingers underneath that. I think he's been able to keep that one off the ground for Hayden Kerr. I think that's fine. I think that's going to be Matty Renshaw out, and that will be the big old wicket for the Sydney Sixers at the moment. It's 33% chance for the Adelaide Strikers to win this game. The umpire has made his decision, and that is going to be out. They got 224 for 6. Finch got 103 there as well, but Matty Renshaw, he is going to be gone. 24 runs off 23 deliveries, and now the pressure is back on the Adelaide Strikers. And now it will be Harry Nielsen making his way back. Is it a test match as well? Says it Robert there on the tab. Harry Nielsen, the Englishman, I believe he is going to be making his way out there. Let's see what he can do up against Dan Christian, who's currently picked up 2 wickets for himself in T20 as well. Says that Nathan Sim. But then the other side of it is they've still got Sean Abbott for 2 more overs. He is going to be able to bowl. They haven't taken the power surge, but now they have got 2 men at the crease who are not set. So maybe was it the wrong time to take that power surge if they had taken it earlier, or could it have been the right time if they did decide to go for it straight away while they still had Renshaw at the crease? But now it is going to be Harry Nielsen making his way out there. The current side of the Sydney Strikers, or sorry, the Hurricanes. No, that's the wrong team once again. The Adelaide Strikers, they are under pressure here with the way that it is going. Matt Short getting 16 runs, Weatherald 6, Renshaw 24, Wells 32. They need someone to go on here, probably get themselves closer to that 50 mark. Dan Christian there, shorter ball, and it is a little bit slower as well, so it is just going to be the single there to the square leg. And also, we they told you they'll make 150 maybe as well, if as well in the chat. Says it was Aiden. Also, we've got the, I'd say, Australia win as well, says Robert. And it was nicely caught there in the deep for Aiden Kerr, just getting right under the ball as well. And also, we have got the, if they are lucky, and a huge wicket of Renshaw, it was indeed, hasn't quite been able to perform to the level that he would have liked on return. 24 runs off 23. It's only really John O'Wells and Matt Short who have been going at a very quick rate for their strike rate. That was loud. Hopefully it wasn't too loud. I lost by 48 runs, not surprised as well. Says that Nathan Sim. Is going to be Dan Christian once again. Dot ball for him and Harry Nielsen. The left-hander, the Strikers have got a lot of left-handers. They've got Renshaw. They've got Weatherald. They've got here Harry Nielsen. Also a little bit further down the order, I believe it is George Garton, also a left-hander. And then when you think about the guys who they don't have out there at the moment, they've also got Alex Carey, who is doing very nicely for Australia at the moment. We have got there, you feel bad for that 26% that voted Adelaide as well. says it Robert there. But yeah, at the moment, 34% chance of Adelaide Strikers being able to win this game. Can they do it? That's a big question. They're going to need a good set. Little bit here, and that's going to be nicely done. Dan Christian not too happy, almost a run-out opportunity. But he is disappointed with himself for letting Nielsen off strike. And now he is going to have 2 more deliveries bowled at Tom Kelly, who will have to try and do an innings similar to what he did for the last one and just be able to set himself. And hopefully this is a lesson for them, Rob, as well. And there's Sebastian there. Although we have seen some crazy results in the BBL, of course. Who knows? Maybe it could be the scoreboard pressure that the Strikers do create, although they're probably only looking about that 160 or so, depending on how it does go. But Dan Christian now steaming in. 2 deliveries left. It was a Yorker, and it looks like they want to take on the 2 here. No, they're just going to get the one on Enriquez, the captain, able to cut it off there. And Tom Kelly just gets himself the single once again. But Harry Nielsen, the left-hander, Tom Kelly, the right-hander. That will be a good combo for the Adelaide Strikers here. And be able to see whether or not they can throw off the line and the length that the bowlers are going to be bowling at the moment. Chris Jordan, he looks like he wants to bowl a little bit of spin. We did actually see Ollie Robinson without some off spin for the Ashes Test match, and must be yes as well. And there must be Sep and they're from Robert as well. But now it is going to be Dan Christian still steaming in. He's bowled him. Dan Christian's got his 3rd, and that is absolutely brilliantly done, not just by Dan Christian, but also by the umpire to be able to trap that ball and stop it from rolling away to the boundary. That is the 3rd wicket to fall for Dan Christian. Bowled 2 overs and got himself 3 wickets, only going for 6 runs, and Nielsen chops on, and that is going to be once again another wicket. Now the Strikers sitting 5 down, and Rashid Khan must be almost just around the corner. They've still got George Garden, but then they have got Rashid Khan, who will be making his way out there. But that is a brilliant wicket there for the Sydney Sixers. And now it is going to be Harry Nielsen, 1 of 3 deliveries bowled by Christian. And that's the thing, Dan Christian, he also took the catch into the field as well. The 26% that voted for Adelaide don't watch too much cricket as well, says Adelaide. Although, like I mentioned, stranger things have happened in the world of cricket. You never know until it's over. Definitely not in the BBL. For all we know, the Sydney Sixers could get bowled out for 100. Of course, very, very rare chance that will happen, but you never know. You know, we will have to wait and see whether or not there is a late bit of a comeback here for the Strikers. That's the thing, George Garden at the crease as well. Very powerful man. 2 left-handers now at the crease. Oh, sorry, 1 left-hander for Garton, and also the other man for Tom Kelly. He is a right-hander. George Garden now at the crease, the Englishman. We have lost quite a few wickets here for the Adelaide Strikers in the last little moment. And also Nielsen out there, and also Robert has said out there as well. But Dan Christian, he's on fire at the moment. The veteran, like I called him earlier on, he's picking up wickets for fun. Ollie Pope here, he is going to be hoping to pick up his first wicket, going for 9 runs per over at the moment. Nicely bowled. And Tom Kelly once again rotating the strike. I think going to be going into 3rd Boxing Day Test England as okay bowling attack. The problem is the batting England need to find proper top 3, can build good foundations as well. Exactly right. They need to find someone who can build up a partnership, because we've seen Marnus Labuschagne and David Warner 170 runs or whatever it was the other day for the Ashes, compared to the English ones that are just not quite up to standard. That's the thing. Milan and Root, they can bat together for a long time, but it's what happens in terms of how early they lose those other wickets that has costed them a little bit. But Ollie Pope there cutting that one off. And at the moment, it is going pretty decently at the moment for the Sydney Sixers. That is sure 76ers are now 70% as well. Yeah, they are sitting 73% likely on the live win probability for myself and Lloyd Pope. You mean Ollie is in this test match as well? Says right, yeah, sorry. Ollie Pope was the man. Oh, sorry. Lloyd Pope playing here at the moment rather than Ollie Pope. Of course, he is playing for England. But I was talking about Ollie Robinson for the test match as well. Did end up bowling a little bit of off spin. And also we have got there, what is the average score batting on this pitch for batting first? Someone, I believe Robert is normally the stat man in that regard. Have you got that information possibly for us, Robert? If you don't mind too much, and Merry Christmas as well. Says Betty Wagon, welcome in, mate. Getting closer and closer to the Christmas season. I guess you could say currently sitting on the 21st of December. We're going to be live right up until pretty much Christmas Eve for our next one, and that is going to be a very exciting one. I'm trying to think exactly what we have got coming up. We've got pretty much a live stream every night all the way up to Christmas. There's going to be a little lobby shot from Garton, but it is going to keep the strike ticking over, and Chris Jordan there going to be able to field it nicely. Happy early Christmas, Betty, as well. And also we have got the Santa emojis from Sebastian there and other chat as well, but they are just showing Dan Christian. He was able to pick up his 3rd wicket. I'll get it for you now as well, says Robert there. And happy early Christmas, Betty. And there for that one as well. But yeah, at the moment, if you haven't voted already, be sure to vote on who you think will be able to win this match. It's quite funny. The way that the odds are sitting at the moment for the percentage is actually very similar to what it is for the live win probability. So it will be interesting to see how that changes. But now 97 for 5 after 13 overs. The run rate has really slowed down at the moment, and the projected is sitting at 149 if they continue the way that they are. There is a Big Bash league game on New Year's Eve. Will you do it, or will you be out partying as well? I will be doing the Big Bash, mate. We have got our commitment to the channel, commitment to the craft, and that is exactly what we're going to be doing for the New Year's Eve game as well. But then also New Year's Day, we have got the Boxing Day test match. That's a lie, because it's not Boxing Day. We have got to be instead having the game that has taken place. Very exciting game between New Zealand and Bangladesh for the test series. I'm not too sure whether or not we will be covering the full day worth, I guess you could say, but we will certainly be doing a little bit of each of those days, alongside hopefully some Cricket 19. No, sorry, Cricket 22, something along those lines. I want to do a little bit more cricket gaming, also just gaming in general. We haven't played Rugby Challenge in a little while. Didn't do anything except pick bowlers. Test match, 271 all out as well. And also it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas and a Happy New Year as well. It is indeed. Dan Christian at the moment trying to look for his fourth wicket. He's been bowling phenomenally here for Dan Christian so far, and hopefully he does continue that with the bat in hand if he is needed in the second innings. But this is the 16th game of the BBL live from the Sydney Cricket Ground, the SCG, the location of the fourth Ashes Test match. That is where this one is going to be played as well. I think we've actually got a couple more games at the SCG before we get to that kind of important Test match. It will be the fourth one, and whether or not we do get to see a possibility of a clean sweep, we will have to wait and see. But Australia, if they win this next one at the MCG, they have won the Ashes. They have retained the Ashes. Even if they draw it, they will retain the Ashes. So they will be looking to bat long for that one as well. I'm just having a look at week 5 of the competition, the Sixers versus the Heat. That is in 7 days, and that is going to be at the SCG. So they have got matches right almost up until the Sixers versus the Renegades. Where's this one going to be played? It is not at the SCG. It is going to be at Coffs Harbour for that one. So I believe that is when they are getting prepared for the test match as well. And also we have got their 213 at the SCG by a BBL team. And that was the Stars versus Sixers as well for that one. And of course, that was the first game of the BBL. We did see the Sixers do very nicely. The Stars, unfortunately, not do so nicely and get bowled out early on. It was funny at the end of last stream when you tried to break the yawn and then you yawned as well. Says Paddy Wagon, yeah, I was trying to break the chain and it just kept on going, unfortunately, for myself. So hopefully this one won't be too bad. I think because we're earlier on in the day here, I should be fine. Hopefully if Super Rugby and Six Nations all start beginning of February, they do indeed. And we are going to be live for every single game that we can. So be sure to stick around. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. And let's see how many likes we can on this one. And Sydney now paying $1.30 as well. It says Aiden. So decent odds in that regard. And it's going to be almost taken there, just falling short of Jordan Silk, who was trying to line up that delivery from Garton, but it did just bounce. He's very lucky at this point. If they lost another wicket there, it would have been downhill from here for the Adelaide Strikers. They haven't actually got themselves to the point of using their power surge yet, and all their games on this channel, because you called it as well. Says Robert Miller there. Also, we have got that high in the chat from Memory Samuel. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're excited for Christmas as well, just around the corner. At the moment, George Garden, he is going to be on strike. Got plenty of power when he does get the right ball for it. Dan Christian puts it just outside of the off stump, and it is once again another dot ball. Dan Christian at the moment, he is bowling absolutely incredibly in this match so far. What are Dan Christian's best T20 figures? Robert, do you possibly know that information for maybe just the BBL, but then also in general, because he's currently sitting 3 overs down, 3 wickets for 7 runs is all he has gone for here. But George Garden, in his T20 career, he's got himself 256 runs, strike rate of 130.6. But now Dan Christian, he's going to be running into the crease once again here. Nicely played by Garden. It's going to be a single off the final ball, and that is another brilliant over from Dan Christian. We have got the I Cannot Be Bowled as well. And the JC's Henry Samuel. At this stage, I think we have got plenty of mods right at this point in time. But if we are looking for more, we will be looking to you guys who are tuning in for all of the live streams as well. But at the moment, it is going to be 99 for 5 here. 14 overs down. They have got 6 more, and the power surge, I wouldn't think it would be too far away here for them. They've got to use it probably within the next couple of overs. You don't want to leave it too late, or else you do just put yourself under too much pressure, and also you could lose a couple of wickets during it as well. Do they take it now? No, they do not. And it is going to be once again Lloyd Pope who will be bowling this one. Sitting 23 runs of his first 3 overs here for Lloyd Pope. Oh, it's an interesting sky in the background for the SCG. That's going to be it down the ground. And it was almost a caught and bowled opportunity. We'll be racing away down the ground, but it is Dan Christian who was able to cut it off for just the 2 runs between them, and Garton now going to continue to be on strike. We have got there, Kiwi Lads. I have a question for you as well. Do let me know. And also we have got there, plus you have fight with me with all the spammers and stuff as well. And also I asked for an Xbox Series X and an iPhone for Christmas as well. Says Henry Samuel advancing down the wicket there for Garton, and he will get the single. Once again, it was winning, says Henry Samuel. At the moment, the percentages say the Sydney Sixers have a 74% chance of being able to win this game from here. 3 for 27 as well, says Robert. So that is certainly, at the moment, Dan Christian, unless he goes for an absolute ton of his last few balls, he is going to be all right and will have best figures for himself. I've been around for about 90% of them as well, says Aiden there in the chat. Yeah, I feel like you're right there for the promotion. That one's going all the way to the boundary now. Zoe Ellis got there. Do you like PGA Golf Tour as well? Says Ollie Wilson. Are we talking about the game or the actual real life tour? Because I do like watching a bit of golf. I actually played a little bit of golf earlier on today. I was about to go to sleep, and then I was like, you know what? I am going to go play about 4 holes of golf with my dad. And that was exactly what we decided to do. I didn't hit the ball very well. I haven't played golf for about probably 4 years. No, maybe not 4 years, but a couple years at least. Ball went straight round for the slice. It was a mad slice as well. I think my clubs are a little bit too short for me now. And also, we've got that. When does the NPC start again, Amish, as well? And also, sorry, I've not been on your live streams as well, says Henry Samuel. It is all good, mate. It is a busy time of the year. That's going to be not hard enough. And that is the wicket there. And Garton goes 11 runs of 10 balls. And he is disappointed. He has said F off to the sky at the SCG. And it was a nice sky as well. I feel bad for the sky there in real life as well, says Ollie Wilson. I do enjoy watching a little bit of golf. I do prefer playing it than watching it, though. And also, I do like playing it on kind of Xbox and everything along those lines. That it was a big shot from Garden, but went straight to the man in the deep. And that is going to be another wicket loss. He is disappointed with himself there. Garden smacks the bat into the pad. And also, we have got there George Garden, 37 off 40 out as well. He has gone 11 runs off 11, and now it is going to be Rashid Khan making his way to the crease. This man doesn't really know how to play defensively, though, as well. I'm going to the driving range with my dad as well, says Henry Simmons. So hopefully you do enjoy it. If it is a Christmas-type situation, hopefully you had a nice ball there as well. Not too many slices for yourself there. Rashid Khan will be at the non-strikers end. Tom Kelly will be at the strikers end. They probably do need to take the power surge relatively soon. I've realised that you haven't been live for the New Zealand T20 over competition as well, says Aiden. Yeah, I have been wanting to do the Super Smash for a little while, but always, like in that situation, I've been a little bit, I guess you could say, a little bit asleep during those other games that did take place. Abbott's 2 for 14 as well, says Robert there in the chat. And also we've got there just lit a centre candle as well. You know, you're getting old when you enjoy this sort of stuff, but it smells lovely as well, says Sebastian. Nothing wrong with a centre candle, mate. It's very nice indeed. That one is going to be out to the leg. So a little bit of a misfield there from Jordan Silk. Do they get the 2 runs? No, it's not the best throw from Jordan Silk. But they do get back, and Rashid Khan almost run out before facing a delivery. I reckon I'm way off with 167. If you reckon you're way off with 167, don't feel bad, because I said 189. So you're a little bit closer than myself, that is for sure. But now Rashid Khan looking like he's got just a little bit of a strain in the leg, something along those lines. Looks like he's going to be all right, though. The umpire well and truly stomp it on the stumps by the looks of it. Will Rashid Khan let him use his bat? No, he will not. He has already got it there in the right place for the umpire. But at the moment, Rashid Khan, this is going to be the first delivery that he faces. Do they take the power surge? Nothing wrong with Candle Sevs as well, says that Robert. Rashid Khan at the moment, we know that man doesn't half hit the ball. He either hits it completely as hard as he can, or he hits it completely hard as he can. He doesn't really have the in-between, but it was the 2-run in the end. We're just looking here at Rashid Khan. Where was it that he did end up hurting himself? I believe trying to build up a little bit of speed there. And you can actually see the grimace. And no, don't feel bad. I said under 160 as well. Says that Robert there in the chat. But at the moment, they would need about 16 runs per over for me to be right. From here on out, I think I'm going to be a little bit wrong, ladies and gentlemen, more than likely. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are going to be back tomorrow with the BBL between the Renegades and the Scorchers. Glided there by Rashid Khan. Strikes it nicely. That's coming out of the middle of the bat. But it is just going to be the one going straight to the fielder. We have got there. It's my friend Harrison's birthday today. Hooray, as well, says Ollie Wilson. So very close to a Christmas baby for Harrison. So happy birthday for him And also, I'm very bad at golf. People think it's easy to hit the ball kind of difficult as well. Yeah, it is indeed. Like, that's the thing. It does look so basic, I guess you could say, from watching it, but it certainly is not. Like, as soon as you're trying to hit that ball, I know I've got a video of me and George playing golf from ages ago. I wonder whether or not, I've got an idea. I actually had it this morning, but we'll have to wait and see whether or not I can make it kind of take place. Nice little bit of swing on offer there for Kerr, who has been brought back into the bowling attack. I was going to see whether or not we could get me, George, Daniel, and Isaac all together and do some sort of annual Kiwi lads, like, kind of golf, like, tournament. Well, not maybe tournament, but just like a few holes of golf with the four of us annually, like playing it once a year and just kind of going out there, seeing how it goes. Might be worth a crack, and happy birthday, Harrison, as well, says Robert Miller there. Is that something you guys would want to see, though? Do let me know, because I guess it is down to whether or not you guys do want to watch it. Rashid Khan there, going to be a little bit leg sided, is going to be hit up in the air, but he does fall short of the man at deep square leg, so that is going to be all right at the moment. Dan Christian 3 for 8 is his statistics that he has got, and there was a guy who got 11 holes once in 6 months on 3 News as well, says Nathan Sims. So yeah, very impressive for that one. Never had a hole in one. I think the best I've had is a 2. Have I had a 2? I believe I've had a 2. If I'm not wrong, I think I chipped in for a hole to be able to get the 2 runs, or sorry, the 2 shots. And the birdie, I believe it was, because it was a par 3, but now it is going to be Kelly once again on strike. Little lobby shot down the ground. It looks like they are going to be running the 2 here for Rashid Khan. He is going to have to test out that leg, and he does get back for the 2 comfortably as well. But now at the moment, 114 they are sitting on. They still have a total of 26 balls left. They've still got a power surge as well. So perhaps it is a good opportunity to try and see whether or not there is a little bit of a chance of being able to push towards that 150 or so. And also we have got Harrison at 28. He's smart, very intelligent, and he and Reed and Lee and Keelan and you and your subscribers are my best friends and the whole wide world as well, says Ollie Wilson there. And right back at you, mate. Do appreciate you being here so often on these live streams. Oh, it's nice. They fielded there from Dan Christian. If that was a run out and he was able to nail that one, mine is not applicable because I haven't done proper golf as well, says that Nathan Sim there. But at the moment now, Josh Philippi is still on the mic. He will be out of the crease a little bit later on tonight, and he will be rearing a go at the SCG. Puts them on the roof for fun here at his home ground. Can he do it again? At the moment, the power surge, it has not been taken as of yet, but I assume it is not going to be a mile away for them. Rashid Khan, he's probably going to get another over maximum before they take the power surge. I don't think they can wait any longer than that, though. Rashid Khan there, hits it straight up in the air. This could be danger here. Running onto it, and he's going to be gone. Rashid Khan, it is the wicket, and it was taken by the Englishman, James Vince, and now that is going to be Rashid Khan losing his wicket, and they are now 7 down for the Adelaide Strikers after the 16th over 115 here as well, but it was Hayden Kerr who does pick up the wicket, and my good friend Corey says I as well, says Ollie Wilson, so welcome in, and also we have got there, hi Robert and Kevin there in the chat. I'll be interested to see it as well. I guess I should mention, don't expect us to be any good though for that one, because I don't think I have seen the boys swing a golf club. Have I seen? I think the last time I saw Isaac swing a golf club was probably when we were about 10. Daniel, I've never seen him swing a golf club, so I have no idea how good he would be. And then George, I've seen him swing a golf club, and that didn't even hit the ball when he swung it for a couple of times. But then also we've played about 4 holes in total, and I also told you they'll be lucky to get 150 and out in the well. And now Rashid Khan out, says Sebastian there in the chat. And also we have got there Robert doing nothing in a test match. It's so easy as well, says Nathan Sim. And also we have got there hello in there from Kevin as well for David. But yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. If you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're back tomorrow with the Renegades taking on the Scorchers, and we are back every single day up till boxing one. What about a cricket one as well? Says it was Robert. We could try out maybe going to the nets. Me and George have done that once in the past, but none of them have really played cricket in their lifetime either. So it would be an interesting video. Perhaps we go out and just do like random sports, like, and try and film as many as we can within like 24 hours while everyone is together. We do golf, we do cricket, we do goal kicking for rugby, I guess you could say. All kinds of sports. Any other sports, do let us know what ones you would like to see us try on the channel, and I will quickly star them. And I'm great, Ollie, you as well, says Robert, but that is going to be Chris Jordan now. 2 overs down so far for that man, and he has gone for a total of 16 runs. Slower ball, nicely bowled, and Josh Philippi, he wants it. No, there's no nick that time either from the umpire. He hasn't heard that one, and Josh Philippi, he can't believe it. We're going to get to hear the replay here. What are we listening? Oh, that was close. I don't believe he touched that one. Top golf as well, says Robert. Oh, do we have top golf over here? I don't know where the nearest top golf is here for ourselves. Josh Phillippe saying that he thought that there was a little bit of an edge on that one, but it wasn't quite given by the umpire. Good Yorker bowled there. That was almost going to be the wicket of Worrell early on, and also 8-ball as well in there from it, David. And also we have got their top golf. It's in Paul. I assume that is David for 8-ball. And also we have got there, I Love Playing Plus. It's Zombies Battle for Nowville Story mode chapter 2 season finale at the end as well. Says that Brandon there, but at the moment, Chris Jordan here sitting on 17 runs off his bowling. He was expensive in his first over, but that was pretty similar for a couple of the other Sydney Sixers bowlers. I know that DeWalsh just went for 18 of the very first over of the match. Who would have thought that from there, these odds would change so much and Sydney would be well and truly in the box seat? We knew that they would be good with their bowling, but this has been absolutely fantastic from the Sydney Sixers. Slower ball bowled there, nicely done by Chris Jordan. Tom Kelly at the moment, he will be feeling a little bit of pressure. He's sitting on 15 runs off 19 deliveries, though. And he has actually been very impressive in the 2 innings that we have seen him with the bat in hand so far. We have got there, Hamish. Can I post a link on the Discord to a clip of Ben Stokes rating cricket skills from fans as well? See, Sebastian, go for it, mate. It is well and truly related. Like, even the things that aren't related in Discord, as long as they're not, like, offensive or anything like that, I'm just like, go for it. Like, see how it goes. But yeah, put that link in there, Sebastian. So is it like kind of all cricket skills from fan? Is it with the ball in hand or the bat or a little bit of both? Sebastian, do let me know. I'll probably end up watching it straight after the live stream. That's a slow ball. Kelly has it up in the air. Does it fall safe? It is going to be falling safe, and it goes all the way to the boundary. Bit of commitment there from Dan. Christian's just flown over the rope like a gazelle. He hasn't earned himself, but at the moment, he seems like he's fired up out there. And I want me to say what happened as well as this, Brandon. Go for it, mate. That one is a great shot from Tom Kelly. First time the ball has been pitched up in the slot almost. And Dan Christian, he just tries to save that ball, and he's just well and truly sent himself almost into the barricade. He seems like he is just fired up beyond belief at the moment, Dan Christian, already picking up the 3 wickets for himself, trying to show that he is committed and ready for another opportunity that's going to be racing away to the boundary. Kelly once again gets it there, and this is actually inside of the power surge now. They have decided to take it. At the moment, the Adelaide Strikers, they will be taking this one all the way to the bank if they can get themselves a whole heap more runs here at 7.37, which is their current run rate. They will be looking at getting themselves up to, I would say, around that 147 or so. Did you like that Janet Jackson? I was just there in the chat. Says that David. We had a few interesting ones. Let's go through. That's the thing. I see a whole heap of like random gifts as well that they just end up popping up. And like some of them are weird, some of them aren't so weird. And like I feel like the Discord is going to become like the place to put just random clips and everything from the future as well. That is going to be, or not from the future, because it's hard to get gifts from the future, but in the future. That's the word that we're after. That's going to be 17 overs down now, and I really enjoy this sort of stuff. Professionals watching images have a go at their craft as well. Yeah, it is pretty awesome to see that they do kind of take the time to try and work out or kind of help improve the technique. That's why I love seeing like ex-players become coaches as well, just kind of giving it back to the younger cricket community as well, or rugby community, depending on what sport you do end up playing. But 17 overs down at the moment, 125 for 7 here for the Adelaide Strikers. They will be trying to push themselves on in the last 18 balls, 1 over of which will be the power surge. I just saw a giant SIXERS, like a SIXERS logo. I haven't actually seen it as well. Yeah, as long as it's not too rude as well, says David there. Nah, it's all good, mate. It's all good. But yeah, I do enjoy watching all the random stuff that you guys come up with in the Discord, and also like just in general, in terms of some things are normal and then other things are just not normal. And I think that is why it's so great. It's similar to the chat, really. Like sometimes the chat is just related to the rugby. Other times it's related to whether pineapple should be on the pizza or not. All Sean Abbott taking a little bit of a tumble there. Hopefully he is all right. He's been bowling very well so far. He's sitting on 2 wickets off 8 runs as well. And also we've got there, surely Sixers win at this rate. They have got an 80% chance of being able to win this match from here on out. Oh, a little bit of a slip there for Abbott, and he looked like he looked down at his fingers straight away. Hopefully he is all right. Oh, he might be all right, Sean Abbott, but the way that he kind of straight away, when he fell down, he looked straight down at his hand, so I was wondering whether or not that was going to be that situation. And aggro was funny as well. And there says David there. At the moment, Worrell is going to be sitting on 1 run off 2 deliveries. Kelly sitting on 25 or 23 here for the Adelaide Strikers. Now, Abbott, he's got a little bit of outswing there. Look nice, and Daniel Worrell's going to be pierced in the field, but cut off in deep cover for Kerr as well. But Abbott bowling in the power surge, very good move from the Sydney Sixers. I would love to see Dan Christian get one more over a little bit later on, and also Sean Abbott will have one of the others. So you got the 18th for myself. I'll give it to Christian, I'll give it to Kerr. 19th will be Sean Abbott, and then 20th I would go back and give it to Dan Christian. Give him his final over in this one, but whether or not they do that, we'll have to wait and see. And also, what's more important, having the best batters or best bowlers as well, says Xavier. Oh, I feel like that's a very tough question. Because, like, I was going to say bowlers because you want to stop the other side from scoring, but then if you haven't got the ability to score yourself, then I guess you're in that position. That's very tough. I feel like people who are new to the game of cricket, or like who do watch it not as like often as every single match, people enjoy watching runs being scored rather than very tight bowling, because if there's too many dot balls in a row, then people start going, oh, this is like a test match. So I think, even though that is a great thing for me in that regard, but I would say people prefer watching batsmen like just going at their work rather than the bowlers. The bowlers sometimes don't get that much credit for the way that they bowl, because of the batsmen really just stealing the show with the big shots as well. Let's go, boys. Sydney should win, though, no joke as well, says Aiden. If they do not, then something has happened to that batting lineup that is certainly not ideal for them. That is sure 70% bowlers and 30% batsmen. As I says, David, yeah, you got to try and cut down the other side from scoring, which is why that's the thing, though. The Brisbane Heat, you'd actually almost call them a batting side, but they have not really been able to get going in that regard to really perform. At the moment, the Brisbane Heat, Sydney now paying $1.20 as well. And also, we've got the outside batsmen as well. Look at Pakistan as well. Are they set? Or they still suck massive totals as well. They don't even have to worry about bowling as well. You're not chasing that down as well. Or such massive totals, sorry, from him there. At the moment, Sean Abbott, this has been a very good over from himself so far, sitting 2 wickets, 11 runs so far off his first 2.5. Him and actually Dan Christian at the moment both battling for who will have the best bowling figures. The moment Dan Christian's got that little bit of an advantage, having the extra wicket. And now it is going to be Tom Kelly will be on strike. And he's been impressive in his 2 innings that he has had so far. That is for sure. In the BBL, going to be put on the slot. It's hit down the ground. Is he going to be out? No, he's lobbed over the field. And that's going to be another 4 runs for Kelly to close out the power surge. And that will be 30 runs for him off 26 deliveries, 133 for 7 here for the Adelaide Strikers. Let's go there. Can you read my message, please, as well? It was at the start of chapter 2. Plants is dying, but Plants to go to the Naperville and see what's going on. And then the bots and the zombies battle for Naperville because he wants everyone to die. But Plants got it as well. Says that Brandon there in the chat. And at the moment, it's 133. And at the moment, the umpire just showing that the power surge, it is over for them. They did all right off it, I would say, but they did also probably not get as many runs as they would have liked to. But Tom Kelly, he's looking sharp in the early stages. Chris Jordan actually going to be having a bowl here for one of the last 2 overs. So I assume it will be Sean Abbott actually who will get the last one, more than likely. But the changes of pace here from Chris Jordan, he ended up going with 3 slow balls in a row, or 2 slow balls in a row, and then he actually did 3 slow, 3 fast throughout that over, alternative almost for that one as well, which makes it extremely hard to be able to work out how fast that ball's going to be coming onto the bat as well. Well, Chris Jordan at the moment sitting on 0 wickets taken, 26 for 3, and his economy in the BBL has been 8.74, so it's relatively expensive, but he picks up wickets as well with the 32 that he has been able to get for himself. But now Chris Jordan running in for the second last over. It's a good Yorker there. Worrell able to chop it out of the block hole. Hits it out to deep square leg. And it is once again just going to be the single. Watch the last bowler get 3 wickets as well, says Aiden there. And the chat, imagine that. If they can bowl them out, that will help out the net run rate, that is for sure. And also, if the Sydney Sixers chase this down relatively quickly, which will be the goal, there's no point messing around in this one. You want to get yourself the bash boost point. That is first goal. After the 10 overs, they will need around that 80. And then after that, you're just going to keep on firing. Josh Phillippe, James Vince, Moses Enriquez, they might be able to finish it off at the top of the order for them. And also, we have got that because I think you want to play it yourself. See what happens to see as well. That's a good Yorker once again from Chris Jordan, the quicker delivery. And as once again, just going to be going for the single. If they can get out of these last couple of overs with only having 1 or 2 boundaries scored off them, they will struggle to make their way towards the 150. They've had 3 sixes so far, 11 fours, 7 twos, 51 ones, and 38 dot balls for the Strikers. So they haven't been too bad, but they just haven't enough boundaries, I would say, as well. What's the bash boost point? Whatever it's called as well. So pretty much it is after the first 10 overs. It's almost a mini matchup, you would say. So you get a total after the first 10 overs for the first team, such as we'll say 80 in this example. It's relatively close to that. And then the second team, if they can get 80 in their first 10 overs or 81, they will actually receive that bash boost point, which is 1 extra point compared to the 3 points for the win. And you can actually get in that situation of you can actually get the bash boost point even if you lose the game. Let's just say for some reason the Sydney Sixers get themselves bowled out for 100 runs, but they do get themselves 81 runs in their first 10 overs. They will get 1 point, 3 points for the Adelaide Strikers. Whereas if the Sydney Sixers, they get the bash boost point and they win the game as well, they get the full 4 for that one as well. So cool. I want chapter 3 as well. Says it, Brandon, there. It's going to be a good Yorker once again from Chris Jordan. A little bit of a trap there with the foot. And that is going to be once again another dot ball. He is going extremely well for Chris Jordan at the moment. He hasn't gone for many runs at all. 3 singles and a dot ball for Chris Jordan. I am quickly going to be blowing my nose one more time, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back in just a moment. Here we go. We are back, and Chris Jordan has not bowled the next delivery yet, so that is ideal. Now he has, and it's going to be nicely played by Tom Kelly. Hits it well, but it goes straight out to the man at deep cover. This is a very good over from Chris Jordan. We have also got there. You have to chase the boost point as well. You have to stay ahead of the unbeaten Scorchers as well there, says Sebastian, and 3 for 28 for Jordan as well there. And also, no. If they try and go for the bash boost point, they might lose the game. And they're not that crazy, surely, as well, says Aiden. I would disagree. I feel like telling Josh Philippi, just ease into your innings, mate. Just slowly get going. I feel like he actually plays his best cricket when he just goes for it. Who bowls last over? Abbott. I think they will go with Abbott. What do you think about Chapter 2? Do you think we should get Chapter 3 as well, says Brandon? If you do enjoy Chapter 2, you should be going after Chapter 3 as well so that you can continue it. It is going to be, once again, another single. And that's going to be the end of the over for Chris Jordan. Actually only going for about the 4 runs off that one. Very impressive from Chris Jordan. And now it is going to be Kelly. We'll be on strike for the final over of this match. 6 more balls. Did you see Michael Chico might go to the Pro D2 as a coach thoughts as well? Says Xavier Brown. I haven't seen that yet, but it would be kind of cool to see him over there, see what he can do with the side. Do you know what team he has decided that he might be going over there, Xavier, to? And also, where are they ranked overall in terms of the overall scheme of things? Do let me know. And also, we have got A in the chat from Monkey Man as well. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. Novmum was only about 100 runs off with her prediction as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, I guess I was about 50, or no, not quite 50, about 40 or 30 or something along those lines for my prediction. The Strikers, they just lost a few wickets from the period of 10 overs to 14. They just didn't quite get themselves going there, unfortunately. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We are going to be back tomorrow with the Renegades versus the Scorchers. Good shot there from Tom Kelly. Looks like that is going to be racing away to the boundary. Perfectly picked into the gap there. And once again, he is going to be able to find the boundary at the moment. Tom Kelly moving up on the 36 runs for himself. I believe that's actually the most runs out of any player in their side so far. Yes, it is. 30 balls faced, 4 fours for himself. I said 177. Even that was too generous as well. I'm 12 runs off at the moment, says Aiden. So that boundary will be helping you out just a little bit more. I was close to, says Robert, but we will be showing all your predictions once we do get to the halftime break. And at this one, we will have about 10 minutes or so before we get to see the Sydney Sixers make their way out to the crease, and they will be seeing whether or not they can chase it down. But it is Sean Abbott who is going there. It's going to be hit up in the air. This could be an opportunity. No, it lobs over the field. It's going to be digging in, and now it will be just the 2 runs. Good fielding from the Sydney Sixers, and Tom Kelly now moves himself up onto 38 of 31 deliveries. Tell you what, he is going well. He's had 2 innings so far in the BBL, and both of them, I believe his last innings, he was able to get himself 26 runs in area. Now this innings, he is sitting on 38 of 31 as well. And also we have got there, it doesn't say what club. It just says Michael Chico. The link was Shock Pro D2 move as well. And yeah, I suck donkey balls for the side as well. Says Num there. And also we have got there, I want to see my video. Or I want you to see my video after done. All Black 7s and France 7s. That's going to be a nice cut shot there for Kelly. Smacks it hard. Well fielded though from Dan Christian to be able to say that he hasn't put a foot wrong today. Dan Christian so far, he's done a whole heap of fielding, was able to take the catch, and also has been able to get himself the 3 wickets. Are you good at singing, Amish? As well, says Kevin. No, I'm good at making people's eardrums probably bleed, if that counts for something in terms of my singing voice, but definitely not good at singing. Didn't get that gene, unfortunately, for myself. Now it is going to be Kelly moving up on to 40 runs off 32 deliveries. Wins the next sevens matches as well, says Nathan Sim. It is going to be late January, and it will have New Zealand in there for that series as well. That one's going straight to the man, and it's going to be Kelly moving up to 41 now, but he gives the strike over to Daniel Worrell. So Peter Siddle and also Fawad Ahmed will not have to bat here for the Sydney Sixers. I don't think, definitely not Fawad Ahmed anyway. If Daniel Worrell does lose his wicket here, maybe he has to, you have to give us a Christmas carol, something from your soulmate as well, says Sebastian. I feel like if I did that, everyone would leave. Like, I don't think I've got like that singing voice. You know, it just doesn't quite roll off the tongue. I could probably sing it in an impersonation of some sort to make it sound like it's less bad, but it still wouldn't be ideal at all. It's going to be a little bit leg side-ish, hitting the leg, and that is going to be the leg by for that one. And also we've got there Narbonne Rockets. Chicka's linked to Amish as well. Therefore, Robert, whereabouts are they sitting on the table? Do let me know, Robert, and also are we allowed to look at it as well? Says that David there in the chat, but now it is going to be Abbott sitting 2 for 24 at the moment, 3.5. He is bowled and he has got one ball left here. Kelly going to be on strike, sitting on 41 off 33, 153 for 7 as well. So Novmum saying it is going to be a 6 off this final ball. Will that be the case here? Sean Abbott, he is getting ready to bowl, and I feel like this one's going to be the Yorker in the slot as well. That's easier. That's easy, the little drummer boy as well. And there, says that Robert. Sean Abbott steaming in. Never mind. Someone was in the wrong place of the field, and he has to turn around and he has to get ready to go through it once again now. Tom Kelly sitting on 41. Can Abbott pick up the wicket, or will Kelly be able to hit him away to the boundary? It's going to be almost in the slot. It's gone straight up in the air. Who has it? It is going to be up. It's up there for a long time. James Vince takes it, and Kelly on his way as the final wicket. 147 for 8 as the end score there. I'll send you something on Discord. I think you'll be interested as well. Says the vision there. I can see Hamish Rockstar as well in there. And maybe I'm very busy with my YouTube channel as well there. Says that Brandon there to David, but that is going to be the final wicket, falling 147 for 8 here. And for the Sydney Sixers to be able to win this game, they are going to have to chase down 147. And also for the bash boost point, it's going to be a little bit more challenging for them to be able to get that, as they will need about 80 runs, 3 runs off as well. Says Aiden there, was either a wicket or a 6 as well. Says another there. Yeah, Tom Kelly definitely wasn't going to be hitting it halfway for that one. Right, we're looking through the predictions. Aiden, of course, probably the closest you'd say by a mile there with 150. Then also we did have the 160 and under for lately there a little bit earlier on. What else have we got here in terms of the predictions? Might be 140 for the strikers as well from Gibbons, so not too far off. And predicted score 158 from MD is not too far off either. I reckon under 160 from Aiden, and also under 60 or 160 from it was a Robert there in the chat as well. And then we'll give Novmum a little shout out because I do like the little bird that is sitting there as well. But nonetheless, at this stage, do we think they are going to be able to chase it down within a certain amount of time? We'll say before the 15th over. Will the Sydney Sixers be able to get this one? Do let me know. But now we go on to the kind of scorecard, and we see that for the bash boost point, they will need themselves. They will actually need 86 runs to get that bash boost point. Do they want it? That is the big question. We'll have to wait and see. 150 for 9 here. As I said, Brandon, 152 for 5, says Novmum for the prediction. So she feels that there will be a 6 at the end of that innings as well. And at least I got the wicket. That's the most important thing as well, says Nathan Sim. Yeah, 8 down. They lost a few more than they would have liked, unfortunately, for the Adelaide Strikers. But it opens up the door. As you can see down the bottom here, Adelaide Strikers 18% chance to win, and 16th there, Sid Hamish as well, says Robert there. Also, they're not the best on the table, that is for sure, right down the bottom of it for that side. So hopefully Michael Cheika can kind of help them out a little bit and see whether or not he can rotate it around and kind of get them on the upwards winning battle with the Pro D2 games. Hopefully all of them will still be taking place. I know that the URC very recently, I believe we've had a little bit of a delay, and now it is going to be, instead of this weekend with the games being played, okay, maybe the games are still taking place this weekend. I'm sure that I saw that it was going to be January, kind of early January, that we were going to get to see the next one. So does anyone know whether or not the URC is still taking place this weekend? Do let me know, because Leinster is supposed to be playing Munster, and that will be a cracking game as well. I got the wickets too. I said Abbott and fast bowler to get more wickets as well, says Robert, and that is exactly right as well. And also we've got the defend in there as well, says Rahul, and also we have got there 149 for 4 off a total of 18.3 overs, says Betty Wagon. Very specific. I'm liking it. Liking the predictions here. I thought I muted myself for a second. I will mute myself for just a moment, though, while I once again blow my nose because I love sinus. Unfortunately, does just kind of come with this time of the year with the summer side of it as well. Go. Oh, yeah, it's got the 160 for 10 there for Brandon there as a prediction there. And when I got some time, I'm going to check out as well, says Brandon there. The chat as well, but now it is going to be interesting to see how the second innings goes. Anyone who does want to know who was able to score all the runs in the first innings, Matt Short getting 16 runs off 8 deliveries, 2 fours, 1 6, started the match extremely well, but unfortunately for him, did end up going downhill after that when he did lose his wicket because it was bowled by Sean Abbott and it was an absolutely brilliant take from Dan Christian in the field. He didn't put a foot wrong in this game so far, that is for sure. Then also, Jake Weatherall going 6 runs off 11 balls. Matty Renshaw, 24 off 23. John O'Wells, 32 off 19 for himself. Wasn't really able to get too much going in that regard, other than the 2 fours and the 2 sixes. He was looking strong, but then he gave away his wicket when Dan Christian was able to get him. Then Thomas Kelly came out there, did very nicely, 41 off 34 deliveries for him. Harry Nelson out early from Dan Christian, 1 off 3 deliveries, 11 from 11 for George Garden, and then Rashid Khan only out there for a very brief period of time, 2 runs off 3 deliveries, and then Daniel Worrell at the end getting himself 5 runs off 8 deliveries as well. We have got their mum Peter or Khan as well in there for Rahul. That is a good question. That's John. Also, we have got there. When are you going to show a message as well? Says Brandon there. We have shown the messages for the first innings, so we will be showing the ones a little bit later on. Whether or not you guys are correct, we will have to wait and see. But yeah, anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It is hugely appreciated. You guys will be in here, even though my sentences are not working. My voice actually isn't too bad today. It sounds a little bit deeper than normal. I think that it's from all the talking that we have been doing recently for the Ash as well. I got Moses to get a good score here as he's vice captain in the BBL fantasy side as well, and Philippi to get 100. Says Robert, that would be impressive for Philippi to be able to go on and get 100 of the 147 required. Whoa. At certain angles, if my hand wasn't behind this glass, look at that. It is a bit fancy. It's almost weird. I guess you could say it's almost like there's nothing there. I'm trying not to tip water on my crutch, but it was kind of close as well. I like Thoko as well in the chat. And also, Hamish, maybe with all this cricket, you can set up a sweepstake as well. Point scoring system based on cricket or closest to the score, highest score by New Year's Eve wins as well. Says David, that is a decent idea. Perhaps we will try and get that going. I will try and get some sort of leaderboard, I guess you could say, set up for the next one. So we will say this match does not count. I know that Aiden will not like that one too much, but for the next one, we will see how it does go and see whether or not we can kind of get something going like that. It would be quite a bit of fun. And maybe if you do get it right, I'll put your name up in the corner or your little channel logo for a little bit of time as well. We have also got there what's the prize as well. Says it Robert there. I know that you guys want some prizes, don't you? Looks like you're drinking Rumelin ale as well. Says that David there. They are just showing Jake Weatherall, unfortunately, going out early on. Abbott and also Dan Christian doing very nicely in the bowling department for this side. Bender Walsh is so expensive today. 30 runs off his 2 overs. Sean Abbott, 3 wickets taken, 24 runs off his bowling, and he was able to get himself the 4 wickets bowled as well. Then Hayden Kerr did end up losing his wicket, did get bowled. Unfortunately, he actually ended up picking up a wicket, I should say. Lloyd Pope, relatively expensive. Second most economy of the day. And then also a shout out there to Dan Christian. You've got to give him a shout out. 3 overs bowled, 3 wickets and 8 runs. I would have the Sixers get to 146 runs, then get a 6. It will hit him. I'll give them a maximum of 152 as well. Says that Mum there. It looks like you're drinking that. And also a Kiwi Lads cap. Be nice as well. Says David Perhaps we can try and work out how to get something like that going. We haven't actually reached out to any companies yet that do make caps and whatnot. And yeah, true as well. Says Robert Miller there in the chat. You guys, are you all from? No, you're not all from New Zealand. I was going to say we could try and sort out something in terms of some sort of local shop thing, but I don't know whether or not with that, depending on what country you guys are in, depending on who is closest. Tell you what, everyone who does want to take part in that one, do let me know what country you are living in at the moment. I know that quite a few of you guys are in Australia and quite a few guys are in New Zealand, but where else is everyone located? Do let me know, but they are just showing there. Josh Phillippe, power for days, that man. Ball just absolutely trace a bullet into the crowd. He actually had it down the changing room line a little bit ago. He just absolutely smacks the ball, Josh Phillippe, and is able to use it to his advantage. And he is very good at trying to manipulate the power play, Romania, so says Sebastian there. And the chat is, of course, how does one ship to Romania, Sebastian? As in, like, not one as in myself ship to Romania. I'm not coming in a box, but like as in, like, I guess it would just take a lot longer, wouldn't it? Australia as well, says it Robert there. And at the moment, Josh Phillippe, if he can end up getting a good innings like he had last time, because it was right to the QLA short and join the Discord, maybe he's going to make Twitter as well. Says it was from Brandon there. Yeah, maybe we will get a QLA's Twitter set up. I feel like more than likely, though, we will end up probably having the Instagram up and running. That could be a New Year's resolution, perhaps, trying to actually do something on Instagram and post a picture of some sort. I'm in New Zealand as well, says Brandon there. That one is a nice shot down the ground. They are just showing, but Peter Siddle, he was a man who was able to take a lot of wickets in the last match as well. And if he can continue to do so and continue that momentum, this could be the only real game changer. I mean, they haven't got Wes Agar. They didn't decide to bring him in. They've got Rashid Khan. Here's another one at Hamish Rumalan Ale as a homage to Star Trek as well. The nerd of me as well. Says David see, my lack of alcohol knowledge, I thought that it was just like a type of ale from somewhere. Like, I thought it was from the Rumalan region or something along those lines. Out. And the chat says, cute boy, there we are actually in the innings break at the moment, mate. But we are going to be back out there very, very soon for the next stage as well. Just smuggle it via the Black and Mediterranean seas as well. That's how we get our East, says Sebastian there. And at the chat as well. At the moment, the KFC Big Bash, we're already up to the 16th match of this competition. It seems like it's going to just keep on going and going and going until we get to the 61st match, which is going to be the final. Last year was the Sixers taking on the Scorchers, the two sides who are sitting in the top two at the moment on the table. If the Sixers win this game, they are moving back into first. If they end up losing this game and the Strikers can somehow get themselves not just the game one for the 3 points, but also we have got their no spam, please, thank you as well. And also maybe just bragging rights first as well, says David there. And the chat, yeah, I feel like everyone loves being able to say that they were able to predict things. That's why I am terrible at predictions. Have I ever got one? Should be easy for the Sixers as well, says Aiden. So yeah, we'll have to try and work out some sort of maybe point system in terms of your predictions. Maybe you get like a point per run that you are off, and then maybe 3 points like minus or something, or 3 points added per one that you're off as well in terms of the wickets. And then from there, you can kind of add it up for how many they get for that, and then both innings type thing. And they're paying $1.18 as well. And what is a trailer on YouTube? Pretty much it is the case of if you've got a live stream that you want to schedule, I believe you are able to kind of set a trailer for it, which is like a shortened clip that you can put on so that it does play while the live stream is like sitting there with no one on it type thing. I like your idea of the name in the corner, as I says Robert there in the chat as well. And yeah, we could have something like the Super or the BBL Super Predictor or something like that, and then have it sitting down there in the other corner or something along those lines as well. Now paying $1.18 as well for the Sydney Sixers. They're in a good position at the moment, sitting 80% likely to win this game. But we will, of course, have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case. They are a good side, though, and they have certainly got the ability to be able to go on and win this game, maybe with quite a few balls left in the match as well, because then that's the thing. The second innings will be hard as well. Here's my prediction for the Sixers innings. They'll get the bash boost point and catch the Sixers in the 15 to over and via the Bosphorus straight. Is that correct as well? And they're from David. Yeah, I feel like the first inning, it will be a lot easier to try and work out the prediction type thing for it. So I don't know whether or not it is just a first innings thing that we do, and you've got to predict it before maybe the fifth over or something like that, or for every over later that you predict it, you end up gaining a point or something like that within reason. There's going to have to be some sort of cool system that we do work out for it. But you guys will have to make sure that you are on the live streams as soon as possible when it does start up, because or else then if your prediction just a little bit too late, then we will have to somehow work out a extra penalty system. And what do they need for the bash boost point? They are going to need 86 runs from the first 10 overs. The Sydney Sixers, they started the match very well, getting 18 runs off the very first over, but then from there it went downhill just a little bit for them. And I feel like that is something that the Adelaide Strikers, they need to try and have happen for the Sydney Sixers here as well. But we're getting ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. The Sydney Sixers, Josh Phillippe and also James Vince making their way out to the crease. Now it is going to be a party. They do need 148 runs from 20 overs at 7.4 per over to be able to win this match and continue their very good season for themselves. They've only lost the one game, that was to the Hobart Hurricanes. What you could do is put the name who is closest for next live stream. Then who gets it that game can be in the next as well, says Betty Wagon. That is actually a good shout in that regard, perhaps. So we'll have to work out a way of either putting it down in that corner or maybe having it pop up every once in a while down on the screen or something along those lines. That does give you guys that little bit of a shout out. But Josh Phillippe here, 259 runs he has been able to get for himself so far in the BBL 11. That is why he has got the leading cap. And it is a nice golden one as well. 99 not out. He was that last match for himself. So close to being able to pick it up. Anyone who's wondering about the Central Coast Mariners game, they are winning 5-0. And at the FFA Cup one, that's exactly right. That's why the Turkish hate us as well, also because we contributed to the annihilation of the Ottoman Empire. But that was 100 years ago as well. And also we have that Hi Hamish and that chat as well. Says Warriors fan, welcome into the live stream, mate. I hope you are doing well in this situation. But yeah, this stage it's going to be exciting for the second innings. We know that the Sydney Sixers, they love to play aggressive. Josh Phillippe is not a defensive player. Can play the good defensive shots, but he doesn't like to do it for too long. And that is why as soon as he gets the opportunity to get after a loose ball, he will take it on with both hands and he will swing through the line of the ball, probably at a boundary. Well, that one bash boost in 8 overs, 8th over as well, says Petty Wiggin. So they are saying there, maybe going at about 10 runs per over right through. Or actually, it would actually be about 12 runs per over, wouldn't it? But Daniel Worrell now gets a little kiss on the cheek from Peter Siddle. Not too sure what's happening there. It's going to be nice little bit of the swing delivery there from Peter Siddle. Oh, sorry, from Daniel Worrell. And Warriors won today as well. So that is good to see. They're wondering what's happening between Peter Siddle and Daryl Worrell there. He just got a little bit of a kiss on the cheek from Peter Siddle there. And the commentators are a little bit confused about what is happening there. I'm calling Bashbury's point and win in the 14th over as well, says Robert. But Daniel Worrell now getting a nice bit of swing, and that is going to be cut off there at third man by Rashid Khan. But Daniel Worrell, when he pitches the ball off, he can get a little bit of swing going. I don't know whether or not I can read that out. And so I feel like they would have planned to do that, to try and throw off the commentators possibly, and maybe even throw off the Sydney Sixers as well when they do see it. At the moment, his BBL career, he's had 47 matches, 40 wickets, and an average of 30.2 for himself as well. Very talented bowler, Daniel Worrell. And him, Peter Siddle, nowhere Zagar today, but they have got Rashid Khan. Nicely pitched up, and it is going to be a good shot from Phillippe. Cut off, though, by John Wells. And that is just going to be the single once again. Well, Hamish, that's this. How's this as well tonight? The closest to the actual score gets 15 points, second closest 10 points, third points 5 points. And if there's any two with the same prediction, split the points as well. Says it is for David. David, I feel like that is a good system of doing it. I feel like we might actually, I know that you guys are on the Discord in a moderators chat, I believe I have got set up. So we'll actually try and get that well and truly set up properly. I guess we'll try and work out some system rules in terms of like how the point system works, because it will have to be probably before the end of the 5th over that you got to predict it or something like that, or something early on. Maybe even, I don't know, do you have it before the game that you got to predict it? And then every over more gives you one less point or something like that. Nice little bit of in-swing there for the first delivery that James Vince faces. And this one, it's going to be close as well, says Aiden. Yeah, at the moment, the Adelaide Strikers, they're bowling well for this first over, and they are going to have to work hard to try and continue that going as well, because Daniel Worrell, alongside Peter Siddle, two very talented face bowlers. Face bowlers, I almost call them, but they do both have faces, and they also bowl pace alongside that as well. At the moment, Josh Phillippe, 1 of 3 deliveries for himself. And also he is the golden bat leader at the moment. Yeah, before the game as well. Says Nov Mum there. Nice bit of swing available for Daniel Worrell. And Phillippe not able to connect with it. It is short boundaries out square on both sides, about 63 meters. So Phillippe doesn't need to hit it hard to be able to go through. Nice little bit of swing on offer for him. But yeah, pretty much anytime there is a BBL game, I believe we will be starting up 15 minutes early before the start of the match. So tomorrow night, for the one that we have got coming up, and we'll just get you guys the time. So pretty much that will give us time for everyone to be able to get in there, get their predictions for that one as well. And then I'm sure that that swung a mile there. That's kind of followed Josh Phillippe as well from Daniel Worrell. Very good first over, only going for the 2 runs as well, then for the chase. Before the second team bats, you have to say it for that as well. Says that Paddy Wagon there. And yeah, I guess you should be able to get a little bit closer for the second innings, I guess, as well. So it does give you a little bit more of an advantage of it being able to get it going. So the game tomorrow night will start at 9:15. So we will be starting at 9 as well. We're there with the British. Or we are there with the British, the French, the Aussies during World War I. We got slaughtered as well, says David, and also, but most don't get notification from YouTube till about 30 minutes till you start the countdown as well. Here's Robert Miller. Oh, that is a good point. So I feel like we will have some sort of system that means that you are allowed to change your prediction, like kind of thing, but it does cost you 1 point or 2 points in terms of the run. So even if you're a little bit closer, let's say you get it bang on. If you were a little bit later, like in the 5th over or something like that, then you do count as 5 or 10 runs away from being right, if that makes sense. Some sort of system like that. And now it is going to be Garton charging in. Great Yorker there from him. In swinger from the Englishman to another Englishman, James Vince there. Brilliant delivery from George Garton. 3 matches, 3 wickets, and he has got an economy of only 5.86, which is very impressive for that man. And if he can bowl at that economy here, Sydney Sixers maybe just feel the pressure a little bit more. If they get an early wicket, that is absolutely just crucial for the Sydney Sixers at this point, who have got an 80% chance of winning. So you got to make sure you lose those wickets early on if you are the Adelaide Strikers. I said that all around the wrong way. Good in swing once again for Garner. It's looking like there's quite a bit of shape here at the moment. Did we see that much shape in the first innings? I don't believe we did, which will give them a lot of confidence here for themselves to be able to try and get themselves into a winning position for the Adelaide Strikers, who are now 21% chance of an awesome average. That brain of yours when it gets going, as well, says David. And so, yeah, I feel like thinking about anything outside of sport, like I probably just sit here like just thinking about nothing. But as soon as sport's on the table, it is just all revving away for me brain. That's the thing. I'm probably burning a lot of brain power at the moment thinking about all of it. As also when the shipment passes from the Atlantic into the Mediterranean through Gibraltar. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. It's important to tell the British guards the Bulgarians are to blame. Works every time as Steph Curry scored 30 today, so very impressive from him. And it is great that he is going to be back as well. Or someone from a distance just threw something at the massive bucket tower that they have made at the ground once again. It seems to be a common occurrence. That's a nice bit of in swing there, but it is going to be racing away for at least 1 run. Rashid Khan cutting it off nicely. And he does end up deciding against the throw. So I assume, I think Rashid Khan might have done something to the knee or the groin or something in the leg, because he does not look like he is going to be too great here, Rashid Khan. I hope he's all right. They do not want to lose him in this match, that is for sure. He needs to bowl, and I would think more than likely, better off bowling him sooner rather than later, trying to put him in a place where he doesn't have too many fielding opportunities throughout the match, because they need him to bowl if they want a chance of being able to win this game. Short ball there, nice shot from James Vince, smacks it hard, smacks it to the boundary, and that is going to be a 4 runs for James Vince, the first boundary of the day. And Garton now going for the 6 runs so far off the first 5, and also Bulgaria as on there, says David. At the moment, James Vince sitting on 7 runs off 6 deliveries. Phillippe actually sitting on 1 of 5, something that we don't normally expect to see from Phillippe, but that normally means if he's 1 of 5, it means that he'll probably get 50 off 25 or something like that. It'll just take a little bit longer to get going, but then from there, he will just keep on going for himself, Josh Phillippe, and move on to that half-century perhaps. But at the moment, it is going to be 140 runs needed from 109 balls. Another bit of in-swing. Beautiful delivery. That's a test match line there from Garton, and that's going to be the end of the over. 2 overs down now, and it is 0 for 8 for the Sydney Sixers. So they are a little bit behind, I guess you could say, compared to what the Adelaide Strikers were able to get 18 runs off their very first over that they did face the Strikers. They were sitting 1 down for 20, though, at this point, and there has been no wicket lost for the Stars. Like I mentioned, for the Bash boost point, they will need to get themselves, I believe it's 87 runs or 86 runs. I'll quickly make sure that I have got the right number there. We have got there. They must like that McDonald's ad as well. It says it was from Robert there. And the chat as well at the moment. 140 needed from 108. So they should be absolutely fine. You would think the Sydney Sixers with an 82% chance of being able to win it, but we will have to wait and see. So after 10 overs, they do need 86 runs if they do want to get themselves that Bash boost point. So we will have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case, but it is going to be Daniel Worrell once again Right, McBean finally has decided it wants to work. 86 is what they are going to be requiring. Way down the leg side. That's going to be at least 4 runs here. Daniel Worrell, that's just slipped out of the fingers, and that's going to be 5 wides here for Daniel Worrell. Only went for the 2 runs in his first over, and unfortunately for him now, it's 5. Unfortunately, trying to go for the in-swinger. Didn't quite control it, though, for Daniel Worrell. And that is an expensive ball there. Ended up way down the leg side, even to an offside, or sorry, a left-hander. It might have almost been considered as a wide there. Just took off as well, and then it was 5 wides. They'll be right back. Says Roll, we'll see in a moment that is going to be nicely bowled by Daniel Worrell. That one is a lot better. But now they are moving up just a little bit higher in the runs. They are sitting on 14 for none here of 2.1 overs, 85% chance that the Sixers will be able to go on and win this game. Daniel Worrell, I can mention very first over. Very good from him. Was able to get himself in the position of only going for the 2 runs. I love putting the glass up there and just seeing it disappear. I feel like it's weirdly satisfying. That was a good ball right there from Daniel Worrell. At the moment, Harry Nielsen behind the crease, or behind the stumps, just having a little bit of a chat. They've actually had both keepers, which has been pretty cool to see for this matchup. You do get a little bit more of that insight. I know that Alex Carey is one who was very fun to listen to as well. Brad Hodge looked like he was having a few technical difficulties there while he was on the camera, looking off to the side. I don't know whether or not his microphone is actually on at the moment for him, but Daniel Worrell now, nice in swing. Almost swinging enough. That's going to be through the gap, though. Almost just a forward defensive shot from James Vince, and that's well saved there in the deep for the Adelaide Strikers. It is going to save a couple runs, or maybe just the 1 run there. Believe they would have been quick between the wickets, and they were able to get the 3 runs for that one, moving up onto 17 runs. But Wes Agar, he's out in the field at the moment. Just throws that one back. It's nicely done by Wes to be able to save that run, and every run is crucial at the moment here for the Sydney Sixers, currently sitting 85% chance of them being able to win for the Bash Boost point. They need 86, which should be doable for them, the way that they do normally go inside of that power surge. Josh Philippe there ends up getting a little bit tucked up at the crease. He does just whip it away to leg side just for the single as well. They are asking the question, what is the key when it comes to Josh Philippe? Well, of course, very talented batsman Josh Philippe, leading in terms of the runs scored for the BBL 11 competition so far, over 200 already, and we are only about into the 5th match, so that just tells you how well he has been going in the early stages. Daniel Worrell now, 2 balls left of this one. Nice in swing, it's up in the air. It's gone through Wes Agar's hands. That was a sitter, and that would have been James Vince gone. Replacing Rashid Khan out there at the moment. Wes Agar, it's gone literally straight through its hands. He's saying that he didn't pick it up in the lights. Did it go high enough to go into the lights? It literally just went straight through his hands. That is a sitter for Wes Agar, and he can't believe that he missed that ball there. And that could be a big moment in this game for the Adelaide Strikers. How do they fire their team back up after that one? 126 needed of 103 deliveries now. And Daniel Worrell is going to be steaming in as well. Nicely bowled, and once again going to Wes Agar. He gets that one, and he gets the big away from the crowd for being able to get it. 3 overs down now, and it is 22 for none. Strikers at this point, we're sitting 1 for 25. It could have been James Vince gone, though. Should have been pretty much pouched straight away from Daniel Worrell. Or sorry, not from Daniel Worrell, from Wes Agar, who are leading at the moment, says Marcus. So at the moment, at this point in time of the innings, the Strikers were 1 for 25. But at this stage, the Sixers are 0 for 22. But the Sixers, they have an 87% chance of being able to win this game from here on out. So they are definitely in the box seat, and it is the wickets that will be falling that will be the crucial element for the Adelaide Strikers to be able to get the win. But Peter Siddle now, he is ready to go at the crease, the captain of the Adelaide Strikers, and he will not be happy at the moment because they have lost Rashid Khan, who has a little bit of a knee injury. They would have needed his bowling in this innings, that is for sure. Who else have they got that they can bowl? They have also got Daniel Worrell, Peter Siddle, forward arm, and luckily they have got some form of spin at the moment. That's a good shot there from Philippe. He hits it all the way for 6 there, and that is his first boundary of the day, and of course, went all the way for the 6 runs as well for the maximum. And at the moment, 120 runs needed from 101 balls. The Sydney Sixers, they actually lost another wicket there for the Adelaide Strikers in the comparison between the two sides. At the moment, 3.1 overs down. The Sixers trying to make light work of this at the SCG. They've got a decent record, although they were beaten by the Hobart Hurricanes, and that was when they were batting second. Peter Siddle now pitching it up nicely. Josh Phillippe plays the cover drive, and that is just going to be the single to the man out in the deep, Matty Renshaw. He might actually have a little bit of a bowl in this one now, too, that I think about it, because when you lose Rashid Khan, it's not ideal, because he is certainly going to be a talented one. Phillippe just jumps away to the leg side, or to offside, sorry. Cuts down that kind of angle on the ball and just flicks it. Almost just a flick from Josh Phillippe. And he was able to get himself the 6. Now James Vince on strike. Almost an edge there. Good that a late swing there from Peter Siddle for that delivery. At the moment, do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, what over are they going to be able to chase this down in for the Sydney Sixers? That is, if they chase it down. Do let me know what your thoughts are, and also who is going to be the leading wicket taker. No wickets taken so far. I'm going to say it will be, I'm going to say Fawad Ahmed. I'm going to say that the spinner for them, now that they don't have Rashid Khan, he is going to be one who will be a good opportunity of getting himself in a good position. As well, that's going to be up in the air from Phillippe. Clears the fielder. Sorry, it's James Vince, and that is going to be racing away to the boundary now. As well, Peter Siddle, 11 runs of his first 4 deliveries of his over as well. James Vince, he hasn't looked too confident with the shots that he's played. He's had a couple half chances for the fielders, but he is still out there, and he is still scoring runs for himself there as well. James Vince just over the top of the man out there. I believe it was actually Tom Kelly who wasn't quite able to jump up to that one. Get his hands on the ball, but that is going to be another yawn from myself, but also another single for the Sydney Sixers. This is a good power surge so far for themselves. They're sitting 3.5 overs down here. A 4 here would be absolutely phenomenal for them. Even better, a 6 from Josh Phillippe off the final delivery of the power surge. Will he be able to do it? They have still got the power surge, I should mention. 2 more overs later on in the game that they will be able to have only 2 fielders outside of the ring. So the goal for these two will be to be set at that time and then be able to go out and go bang. It is going to be well bowled by Peter Siddle. Glided out through cover. Are they getting back for the 2? No, they just get the 1. And that is going to be the end of the over now and the end of the power play for the Sydney Sixers. And they are sitting 35 for none here after the 4. Phillippe sitting on 11 off 10. Vince sitting on 18 of 14 deliveries so far. And they will need 113 runs off 96 balls at only a run rate of 7.06. But Fawad Ahmed now being brought into the bowling attack. This man has a lot of talent. Used to be at the Perth Scorchers. He would pick up a few wickets. Now at the moment he is just marking out the run up. He's trying to concentrate on how many steps he has taken. And Peter Siddle is just chatting in his ear to all of the men out on the field. That is quite a few steps that Fawad Ahmed does take there as well. He doesn't have a marker by the looks of it. So he is now going to be ready to go for the Adelaide Strikers. Needs a wicket soon, and they need to get probably Phillippe. Oh, I was going to say they need to get Phillippe out, but then James Vince is actually going at a higher strike rate. But I will say that James Vince's wicket will be falling eventually, I believe. So I believe it will be Josh Phillippe, who they do need to get out if they want a chance of being able to win this game. The Strikers at this point in time, they were 2 wickets down for 31 for their runs that they have been able to score at this point as well. But now Fawad Ahmed getting ready to go with the leg spinner. Oh, it came back in. It was the wrong and straight away. Well bowled by Fawad Ahmed. That is just going to be the single out to the man at deep cover. At the moment, like I mentioned, 86 is the target that they are going for here to be able to have a chance of winning it. James Vince sitting on 18 of the 14, and they got those 5 wides from the man a little bit earlier on. Oh, Rashid Khan actually back out on the field by the looks of it, so that is good news for the Adelaide Strikers, because I think his spin is going to be crucial, because it seems to be a little bit more economical than some of the pace bowlers that we have seen so far in the BBL. Currently going to be dot ball from Fawad Ahmed to James Vince, who will be trying to go after him a little bit at times here. A little bit wider. That one's come back in. Another wrong in from Fawad Ahmed. And that one actually skidded through quite low for that delivery by the looks of it. Currently sitting 7.23 as the required run rate. The current run rate is sitting at 8 for them as well. The wrong and once again from Fawad Ahmed. That's about 3 in a row. But he has decided to bring back in to Vince, but at the moment not giving him much with every ball coming back in. I think you would partner Rashid Khan at the other end with Fawad Ahmed and really make them struggle to read up Fawad Ahmed, though. That's another very good delivery. Peter Siddle run out opportunity. He decides against throwing it in the end and now getting himself off the mark for Fawad Ahmed there. And now Phillippe will have 1 ball to face here before the end of the over, but very good over from Fawad Ahmed. They need probably, I would say they need 5 overs that go for less than 6 runs if they want a good chance, and also a few wickets that's going to be glided by Philippe out to the man at deep cover. That's the end of a very good economical over from Fawad Ahmed, and that is going to be now none for 38. The Strikers, they were actually sitting 2 for 39 at this point of the game as well, so it seems like we're going to be having a bit of a seesaw over the next few moments, but they are almost halfway to the bash boost point. 86 required for them to receive that one. And even with just receiving that one, Central Coast Mariners winning 6-0, for anyone who is curious about that game of the FFA Cup. They're doing very nicely for themselves in that regard. But yeah, pretty much if they do get themselves a bash boost point here for the Sydney Sixers, they will move up onto 12 points, even if they do not win this game. If they do not get the bash boost point, though, and it does go the way of the Adelaide Strikers, and they get the bash boost point, they will move up into third here for it as well. We'll have to wait and see how it goes now, making his way to the crease, and the KiwiLads sweepstake, Kieran as well. And then it says David, and the chat, surely can't give away. I want to put a Santa hat on Kieran at some stage for the little emoji, I think. Not sure whether or not we will change the channel emoji as well to something. Christmas base, well bowled there from Rashid Khan, who has been brought into the bowling attack. But yeah, I'd like to put a little bit of a Christmas twist on some of the emojis while we are in the festive season. Have you got any ideas for some of them, whether it is the emoji of me, George, Billy, Kieran? Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see what we can do. But Rashid Khan to Josh Philippe has gone for 40 runs, strike rate of 181, always playing aggressive shots, and that's a good one from Josh Philippe. Just times the reverse sweep to perfection, but it goes straight out to the man, and that is going to be just a single. James Vincey, I think this is going to be Rashid Khan's man to be able to get out here for himself. I think James Vincey will struggle a little bit to be able to read the spin that Rashid Khan does offer, but at the moment sitting 0 for 39 here for the Sydney Sixers. Well bowled. There was a little bit of an edge, was it? No. Hit the pad is the call from the umpire, so that is going to be not out. I thought for a second there that James Vincey was gone almost straight away, but 47 runs of 27 balls at the moment. A runs per over rate of 10.44 if they do want the bash boost point. Can they do it? That is the big question for them at the moment, but it is going to be tough. Rashid Khan dragging it down a little bit, but James Vince misses the ball. Another dot ball here. And at the moment, these spinners for the Adelaide Strikers, they are certainly helping them out, trying to get them back into the match as well. Just James Vince not able to read how much that one was going to be bouncing from Rashid. I feel like we're going to see a wrong and very soon from him as well. There it is. It went the other way. James Vince pounces on it, though, and he is going to be hitting it straight out to the man at deep mid-wicket. Just a single once again there. Or Rashid Khan, he actually ended up getting his finger jammed between the ball and the stumps there, unfortunately for him. Just the one delivery left, only going for the 2 runs. These are 2 very good overs for them at the moment. They did have Fawad Ahmed for the last one. How about the KiwiLads logo, or KiwiLads logo with the Santa hat as well? I can make it if that's all right as well. So Sebastian, if you do want to go for it, Sebastian, your last ones, I feel like you have been hired indeed for the way that you did make those last ones. That's a nice shot, and it is going to be going close to the boundary, but once again going to be cut off. Good throw in the deep, good flat one, but it was able to get back there, Philippe. That's the end of the 6th over. Rashid Khan goes for 4 of his first over, and it's 42 for none here for the Sydney Sixers. But yeah, if you do want to give it a crack, do just make sure to send me it on the Discord, and I will let you know how it looks as well. In terms of like putting it into the, what's called the channel membership emojis, because I know that we did that for the last one with the outs and also the sixes. We haven't actually seen too many 6 emojis so far today, other than, of course, we saw a 6 from Josh Philippe, though, just a little bit ago. But now he is going to be at the non-strikers end, and it is once again going to be Fawad Ahmed who will be bowling this one. So they seem like they are going to be using those spinners to the best of their advantage here for the next little while. 44 more runs needed off 24 runs, or 24 balls, sorry, to get the bash boost point, advancing down the wicket there for Vince, and it is just going to be the single once again. It's going to be nicely done. And like they're saying, Fawad Ahmed and also Rashid Khan, the 2 dangerous bowlers in here who do have very good economy rates, so they can't afford to go out to them. Oh, it's not given out for Josh Philippe. I gave the finger up for that one as well. That's going to be close. AAC's Ali Hills as well. Welcome in. And also we have got there, if we have any other predictions by the end of the stream, we shall consider the options. If not, I'll go for the logo with the hat as well. Oh, no, that was going to be missing. Just drifted wide there. So it's a very good call from the umpire to be able to say that it was not out there. But forward arm at the moment now, 2 dot balls, or sorry, not 2 dot balls in a row. That's going to be the sweep shot though for Josh Philippi. And it does go into the deep. Okay, Rashid Khan at the moment, he's got a little bit of a knee injury, they are saying, as well. So hopefully he is going to be all right. We have got high alley hills as well, says David. Yeah, at the moment. Oh, okay, in the warm-ups, I believe, he was struggling a little bit. Rashid, it's going to be a nice delivery there for Farwood Ahmed, and it is a dot ball now for him once again. These two very economical, and this is almost securing the bash boost point for these guys for the Adelaide Strikers. Welcome in, Ellie, as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, at the moment, Philippi and Vince, they would need a huge amount of runs to get it as well. 20 balls left, and they would need, I believe, around another 32 runs. Bowled him straight through him, and James Vince going to be gone. Forward Ahmed picks up the wicket, and that is going to be the first one down as well. Forward Ahmed, he's not too happy with that one at the moment. Not too sure what's happened there with Forward Ahmed. Was it Josh Philippi who was having a little bit of a chat to or something along those lines? Back Hamish Haley as well, says Robert there in the chat, and also a great idea. There's David there, but now at the moment, it's 24% chance that the Adelaide Strikers do go on to win this game. But of course, that one's gone straight through James Vince and also A. Sebastian in the chat as well. Says Ali, but James Vince, he has gone 21 runs off 24 deliveries, bowled by Forward Ahmed. And that is going to be 1 for 44 here for them as well. We have got their good buddy I as well, and hey, in the chat from Ellie as well. But at the moment, now making his way to the crease, the captain, Moses Henriquez. He is second leading run scorer in the competition. The only man who's got a few more than him, Josh Philippi, the man who is still at the crease, and he is rearing to go for this partnership. This is always one that does go long into an innings. If they can keep themselves out there for a little while, they should be able to go on to win this match relatively comfortably here for the Sixers. But Fawad Ahmed, and also it will be Rashid Khan just trying to cause a few issues for that batting lineup. It was the wrong and once again from Fawad Ahmed. Spins back, and he was able to get himself that crucial wicket of James Vince at the top of the order. Fawad Ahmed, he wasn't too happy with that one. So I'm not too sure what happened between him and maybe it was, Josh Philippi there. And yawn is a great word, isn't it, Hamish, as well? It was happening just beforehand as well. How does a Kiwi Lads logo with a send emoji sound as well? Says Sebastian asking it to Robert. And also Paddy using his feet straight away there. Moses Henriquez getting to the pitch of the ball, not allowing him to get that spin on it for Fawad Ahmed. That's going to be the end of the over. And now the total is going to be 45 for 1 after the 7 as well. Great idea, Paddy, as well. And the chat says Robert there. At the moment, Fawad Ahmed, he has had a total of 2 overs so far and only gone for the 6 runs, also getting the wicket as well. So I'm thinking back to the first innings. Dan Christian, absolutely phenomenal for himself. And also Sean Abbott doing very nicely for him as well. So now we will have to wait and see how it does go in that regard. I feel like, I wonder whether or not they have got the KFC bucket heads literally just to build towers at the ground as well. And good idea, says Paddy Wagon. Now, at the moment, they are building up a big one, that is for sure. But Moses Henriquez now going to be at the strikers' end here for this over. And it is going to be Rashid Khan. No, it's not. It's actually going to be Garson they have decided to bring back in. So hopefully Rashid Khan is all right because he did only bowl the 1 over. I am worried that maybe there is a little bit of a serious injury going on for Rashid Khan at the moment. But Moses Henriquez, he's got the power. He has got the reliability and also versus pace. He's got 4 out of 5 for that mark as well. Oh, well, bowled by Garden. It does end up just bouncing a little bit high and also pitching outside the leg as well. You need to hydrate, Paddy. I found it got rid of the yawns as well. Says it was in there from Robert. I'm going to hydrate often. You know, hydration, it is important in nowadays. Definitely when it is warm at the moment. We are sitting 16 degrees here in New Zealand. Like last night, or this morning, I guess you could say, when I did end up going to sleep, and how many runs for the bash boost point? They will need 86 to be able to get it. So they currently, it's going to be tough. They need about 31 off 18 deliveries or somewhere around there. So it is going to be very tough for them indeed. We have also got there 92 as well. Says that Robert there in the chat. But Philippi sitting 17 off 17. Hasn't really gone at a drastic rate as of yet, but he is still out there at the crease. And as soon as that man loses his wicket, perhaps the momentum could change a little bit in this game. But so far for Peter Siddle, he has been a pretty good captain for the Adelaide Strikers, I have to say. He seems to know what he's doing in terms of the field set and everything. And we're at 19 degrees here as well. Says it was Ali Hill. So, yeah, that is a little bit too warm for nighttime, that is for sure. Definitely sitting 11:30 at night, shot by Josh Philippi. Just hits the ball through the line. And that is going to be the 4 runs for him as well. Philippi didn't even really try to swing through that one too hard. And that will now put him up onto 21 runs off 18 deliveries. And that is actually his first 4 of the day. He's only at a 6, and we're at 25, says Robert there as well. So hopefully it's not too humid for you guys who are overseas. Make sure you are drinking plenty, of course. That is a good bit of advice for a day like today. And also just around summer when it is going to be quite hot here as well. Be sure to hydrate effectively. Plenty of drinking of the liquids. Maybe water is a good choice. That's another good shot from Josh Phillippe. And that is going to be cut off, though, in the deep by Tom Kelly. Good arm on him, but it was almost the run-out opportunity. And it's Goldie here as well. Says up Paddy Wagon on that one as well. But currently sitting 96 off 74 as well. Where is it warmer, South or North Island? Normally, to be fair, it's normally South Island that does end up being a little bit colder because we are a little bit closer to Antarctica. So normally the further south you go, the colder you do end up type thing as well. And 16.6, but 85% humidity as well. Says Paddy Wagon, that's going to be bowled nicely. That's in the air, and that's going to be the wicket of Phillippe. 23 runs of 20 deliveries, and Garden picks up his man there. And what's up? What's it up there as well? Says up Paddy Wagon there, but that is a brilliant wicket. Josh Phillippe now gone as well, and that is 2 early wickets lost for the Sydney Sixers. Adelaide Strikers have a 30% chance of being able to go on to win this game now. Very nicely done by Garton. Does pick up the wicket. John Wells able to take it. And also, I just said as well, I think it may have come through at pretty much the exact same time for those ones, but it is going to be sitting at 96 runs and 73 balls is required. Their current run rate sitting at 6.64. The required run rate going to be sitting at 7.89 and a 44% humidity here. As I said, Robert, yeah, I saw that after I sent my previous message as well. And there says Ali, but now making his way to the crease, Daniel Hughes going to be partnering up with the other man with the name starting with H, and at Moses Henriquez. This is going to be an important little patch. And I have to say, well played by Peter Siddle, switching out Rashid Khan. And come on, got to be kidding me as well, says Aiden there. What do you know, with Vince and Phillippe out, this gets a little bit more exciting. It does indeed. Aiden, how much money did you put on this? Do let me know. And also, we've got that. Hopefully, Sydney can still do this as well, says Aiden. Yeah, at the moment, reliability for Daniel Hughes, relatively high up there. They don't look like they will be getting the bash boost point, but they should be able to go on and still get themselves towards that total that they do need. As soon as it goes up to around 10, though, bounces straight away from Garton. Is it too high, or is it a dot ball? I think it was a wide there from, unfortunately, just a little bit too high. And Hughes is still yet to face a ball there in this matchup. But Daniel Hughes to Garton, facing Garton. Garton has very good ability of swinging the ball, even when it's this. Hey, Ali put $50 multi on as well. As it says, Aiden and Hamish, a question, is the Stars game round 4 or round 3 as well? Says it, Robert. Oh, beautiful delivery there from Garton to close out that one. So the Stars game, so we will have a quick look. So pretty much my system that I have got is pretty much based off weeks rather than rounds that I have got. So it is going to be the 4th game for the Melbourne Stars, and they are taking on the Hobart Hurricanes. In fact, it's going to be their 5th game, and they are taking on the Hobart Hurricanes, and that is on Friday, the 24th of December. It's actually a little bit earlier as well for that one, 5:30 p.m. So that's going to be a nice time as well. I have no money as well. And it says Ali as well, although I think he was saying Ali and then the bracket or slash a little bit of a comment and then saying put $50 multi on as well. And there as well. But now at the moment, it is now going to be, I would go forward armored again. And I think that is what they are going to be doing here for the BBL. They are way below at the moment in terms of how many runs that they would need to get that bash boost point. They needed 86 off the first 10 overs. What do you think, you lad, as well, says Cricket Lovers? I think it should still go the way of the Sydney Sixers, but I can't guarantee it. Oh, it's actually Matt Short who they have brought in. So they are deciding to stick with the little bit of the slower deliveries. I wouldn't be surprised if Matty Renshaw gets a bowl at this stage, who will be winning as well, says Cricket Lovers. I believe Sydney Sixers still should be able to do it, but if they pick up these 2 wickets, perhaps it could be changing a little bit. Well bowled by Short. And now, once again, it is going to be the single Daniel Hughes back on track. Okay, the reason I asked there, I got their bums back for their 5th game as well. Says Robin, and also we have got there. I just said, hey, I wasn't asking for money earlier as well. Says Ada there in the chat. 94 runs of 71 balls at 7.94 runs per over for them to be able to get on and win this game. There is going to be 11 balls left, and they do need to get themselves a total of 32 runs, I believe, to be able to get that bash boost point. So that is not happening. So now they will be looking to close out this match and win it instead. Hobart Hurricanes rules as well. And there says David W. Yeah, that's going to be a good game earlier in the day as well. Doesn't get much better than that. A little bit of afternoon cricket for Christmas Eve. Once again, going to be another dot ball. Well bowled so far from Matt Short. I got confused, obviously, as well. And there says Aiden, or sorry, says Ellie to Aiden. At the moment, Daniel Hughes, he has faced 3 deliveries, has not quite got off the mark as of yet, but now he is going to be whipping it to the leg side. Just a single for them there between the wickets. And now Henrique is going to be back on strike. Only 2 balls left here of the short over. He's actually only gone for 2 runs as well. So anytime, that's no as well. And you're too funny as well. Says Aiden there in the chat as well. But now it is going to be Henriquez on strike. Matt Short, a little bit leg sideish, and it is going to be what to wait a square leg for once again another single. But this is very good. The strikers at this point, we're sitting on 79 for 2 here. And also Joe Burns is back for the Stars on Xmas Eve as well. Says Robert, ooh, okay, that's going to be exciting to see what he can do in that game. And who else have they got returning for that game? Robert, do let me know. When does when does Harris Ralph return for the Melbourne Stars? I'm wondering. That's going to be nicely played by Daniel Hughes, but it will just be the single, will it? Or are they getting through for the 2 here? It looks like they will just be taking the one. Only 4 runs off that short over, and it is going to be 9 overs down. 2 for 57 there as well. It's too hot for Miranda work as well. And there says Ali Hills. Yeah, it is certainly hot here in New Zealand at the moment, in Australia, pretty much everywhere around the world, except for you guys in the Northern Hemisphere. Sebastian, what are you sitting at? -5 or somewhere around there probably at this stage? Do let me know. Currently, to win 91 runs needed off 66 balls, and they will need to go at runs per over 8.27. So it is actually slowly increasing. A little bit cooler than Australia as well, says Robert there. And the chair, although I guess Australians, normally you guys are a little bit more used to having hotter temperatures for those ones compared to us who normally get at like 10 degrees and then we go right up to 25. And bloody hell, let's go Sydney as well, says Aiden there. 29 runs needed off this over of Rashid Khan to be able to get themselves a bash boost point. I don't believe they'll be going for it. Definitely not when he delivers the ball like that. That was the wrong one going right across. And at the moment, it's starting to get closer and closer to going in favour of the Sydney Strikers. That's not their name. The Adelaide Strikers. I combine the 2 of them as well. Currently 8 teams in the KFC Big Bash, and that team that I said was not one of them. It's going to be out to deep cover. It's just going to be the single once again. Good work here in the field from the Adelaide side. They did have that early drop catch from Wes Agar, but from then on, they have looked pretty sharp in the fielding department as well. Rashid Khan, 8 balls bowled, 5 runs off them as well. If they can keep on going at only less than that 6 runs and over, the current run rate 6.21. They can keep that one going up. These overs have actually flown by. I've just realized we're sitting 9.2 overs in. I feel like I've watched like 3 overs of cricket at the moment. Oh, wrong in there from Rashid Khan. Well bowled by the magician with the ball in hand. Hopefully that knee is going to be all right, though, because he did have it as a little bit of an injury earlier on in the day. So hopefully he is all right to continue bowling, because I feel like they do need his full 4 overs here. But it is going to be Daniel Hughes once again on strike. They're just trying to survive these overs. I'll spin at the moment here. Daniel Hughes tries to pick it up early. It's gone straight through the legs there of the keeper, Nielsen, and that's going to be racing away for 4 runs. And that is costly, unfortunately. Rashid Khan, he's a little bit disappointed with that one. I believe it was Nielsen who just apologizes there to go straight through Daniel Hughes. Did he end up getting that one off the bat? I think Daniel Hughes, they are saying he got just a little bit of an edge on that one. Must admit, Sydney are in the pits as well. Yeah, just a little edge. Straight through the legs of Harry Nielsen, just not quick enough to react to that one as well. And also we've got there, bloody hell, let's go Sydney as well, says Aiden. Can they get the job done here? The Sydney Sixers, that one helps them out a little bit. Getting the 4 runs. Oh, well bowled, and that's going to be the wicket there of Daniel Hughes. And now he is going to be gone. 7 runs of 8 deliveries. Rashid Khan picks it up. He has given Nielsen a hug, saying don't worry about that last one, mate. He has been able to pick that one up. Fawad Ahmed at the moment, very happy with that delivery. And that is going to be the 3rd wicket, falling just a little edge. Nielsen takes that one. I don't think Rashid Khan would have been so happy if he had put that one down, but he was able to take it well. Good glove work behind the sons from Harry Nielsen. I'd say after the year, because he'd be in the Pakistan side, wouldn't he, as well? Yeah, I believe he is going to be, and which emoji shall be replaced as well. I said the Bumfer one, the festive season is more of a peaceful one, not Bumpers indeed, or not Bumpers needed as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, I think that one will be the way to go. The situation, but now Jordan Silk making his way out to the crease. A 46% chance that the Adelaide Strikers go on to win this game now, ladies and gentlemen. That is almost as high as they have been throughout the whole match. And they are really building up some good momentum. They've still got Peter Siddle to bowl. They've still got Rashid Khan to finish out this over and 2 more. Fawad Ahmed has also got a couple more overs. They may even bowl Matt Short for the next one. Wezaga for the pace, and also Garton. That's the thing. Reading out that lineup, I don't see them losing this game from here as well. Maybe they'll do decent. Aiden is not looking too happy there in the chat at the moment. True Seb says that Robert there, and also, yeah, in the chat from Paddy Wagon, but the best for Jordan Silk sitting on 78. He can still bat, though, in that regard, Jordan Silk, and they need to build up a partnership here. While Enriquez is in the crease, though, there is no way that the Sydney Sixers won't put up a fight. If he loses his wicket, though, well bowled there by Rashid Khan. Another wrong, and that is going to be the end of a very impressive over from Rashid Khan, sitting 3 for 63 here for the Sixers after the 10 overs. So the Strikers win the Bash boost point, and they win it by 23 runs as well. So they are well and truly ahead. That is where they were sitting after the 10 overs of this one. But now we have got another 10 overs left for this one as well. I'm excited to see what happens. Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who is going to be able to get the next wicket for them. I'm going to say it will be Fawad Ahmed when he is brought back in. Believe it or not, Seb, only us members and mods can use it as well. And there says Robert there in the chat for it as well. Yeah, pretty much, I believe. Actually, it might only be the channel members who are allowed to use that emoji. More than likely. But if you guys do want to become channel emoji users, I guess you could say, and channel members, it is the join button on the YouTube homepage. I haven't actually really been promoting it that much in recent time, but if you do want to help us out, do want access to those emojis, be sure to check it out. We need Silk to play well and stay in with Moses as well. Here's Aiden, you do indeed. Because at the moment, the Adelaide Strikers are 73% chance that they go on to win this game. They've got Daniel Hughes out. They've got James Vince out. They've got Josh Philippi out. And it was the closest to the present score, says David there, and only members as well, says Paddy Wagon. So at the moment, what do we got? We did have Paddy Wagon set 149 for 4 in that one. And also we did have 150 for 9 for Brandon there for them being able to chase it down. 152 for 5, I believe it was as well. And then also 16th over was Robert's call. And also I'm calling Bash Boost point and 14th over. And then Bash Boost point in the 8th over for Paddy Wagon. And then also get the Bash Boost point from Sebastian and catch the Strikers in the 15th over as there as well. And also we have got there that will have to be a considerable size in order to see it properly as well. I think I'll make right after the stream, Irish, unless you want to get some rest as well, says Sebastian. No, I should be all good to be awake for a few more hours. I will still end up cooking some food a little bit later on tonight. But yeah, I did actually decide this morning. It was weird. For some reason, I got this overwhelming urge to want to play golf. So I was like to my dad, because he was sitting at the table, I was like, I want to go to the golf course, play a few holes. And he was like, yeah, all right. So then we went down there. We did play a little bit of golf. We played 4 holes in total, I should say. Holes it was. But yeah, we played 4 holes just to kind of get out in the sun a little bit as well. And then I did end up coming back home and then going to sleep pretty much straight after having a shower as well. But now Jordan Silk, he is going to be on strike. He has 0 runs off 1 delivery so far. And it is going to be Fawad Ahmed once again who will be bowling this one as well. They've been looking good, though, so far, the Adelaide Strikers. I'm looking through at the economy rates. 8 was the most for Daniel Worrell, and that was actually 5 wides that really cost him. Other than that, though, 7 for him. Peter Siddle went for 12 runs off his first, but Rashid Khan going for only, that's a block hole Yorker there from Fawad Ahmed. But Matt Short going for 4 runs. Rashid Khan going for 5 runs. And Fawad Ahmed going for an economy of 3.6 runs off his 2.2 overs as well. But at the moment, Fawad Ahmed, he is going to be bowling it. A little bit leg side, and Jordan Silk bounces on that one. Is there going to be a man back there? A little bit of a misfield. No, he's done well there. And the deep for Matty Renshaw to be able to cut it off, and they do get the 2 runs between the wickets as well. But Cameron White, they are just having a little bit of a chat to him. The assistant coach of the Adelaide Strikers, they will be very happy with the way that the boys have been playing so far into this matchup. Yes, there was an early missed opportunity for Wezaga, but other than that, they have been spot on with the bell quality for the sun time at the hoses. Holes as well. Says Sebastian, yeah, that came out a little bit too smoothly, didn't it? Well, that one. Yeah, who knows? We're trying to think maybe to do something along the lines of a Kiwi Lads annual golfing, not tournament, but it would be just a few holes, maybe 5 holes played with me, George, Daniel, and Isaac. I'll see whether or not I can convince them that that would be a good idea. That is going to be what the way to the league side. Once again, just going to be the single for that one as well. Nicely played by Jordan Silk. They need to make sure that they do keep the strike rate ticking over, because the current run rate that they will need is sitting at 8.73. That's tough. That is going to be tough from here on out to be able to chase down. Definitely with the fact that they are going with so many spinners. It seems like a spinner surface at the moment at the SCG. Good shot there from Jordan Silk. That skids away, but it is just going to be cut off once again in the deep for Garton. Now at the moment, We are waiting there. 69 for 3 here after the time of 11 overs. So they've still got 54 balls to try and chase down 79 runs. They should be able to do it here, but we never know. It is the KFC Big Bash. We have seen stranger things happening in this matchup, that is for sure. I know that earlier on we did say that it was about 100% chance that the Sydney Sixers would win this game. I did see in the chat a couple of times, but at this point in time, they have got a 66% chance, a 60% chance of this one as well. Oh yeah, I've got there. I need another. We need another George Learns Cricket as well, says Robert. Yeah, I am going to actually edit down that last one into kind of the best moment. I think I will upload that just before the next Ashes match does take place. Perhaps that can be a Christmas Day video that we do have on the channel with George Learns Cricket as well as the first segment of that one day before we get to the next Boxing Day Test match, which is going to be happening between Australia and England. That is going to be the third Test match of the Ashes. Could end up being the decider as well, depending on how it goes. A draw or a win here for the Australians would actually end up with them getting in the position of being able to retain the urn. But Peter Siddle now charging, and he knows a thing or two about the urn from his Test match career. I mean, nicely whipped away. And now that is going to be the 2 runs once again. Good hit there from Jordan Silk to the leg side. And like I mentioned, Peter Siddle at the moment, he did go for 12 in his first over. He does want to find a way of being able to get a little bit more economical into the later stages. He is a very talented bowler, Peter Siddle, picks up a huge amount of wickets. At this point in time, the Strikers were sitting 4 wickets down for 89 as well. So they are currently sitting 18 runs behind here for the Sydney Six as well. Bowled there by Peter Siddle. It's going to be a hard though by Jordan Silk. Did it go all the way for 6? I believe he might have got all of that one. And that is going to be 6 runs for Jordan Silk. Be sure to use those 6 emojis in the chat as well. We have got there. George actually behaved more politely during the cricket than the way he does during rugby. I think he quite enjoys it as well, says Sebastian. I think he is. That's the thing. I think he enjoys watching sports that he hasn't really seen too often. Or I think there's actually going to be maybe 1 bounce for that one as well. Surely it's going to be a 6 though, because we have just used the 6 emojis. And the chat, did it go all the way? It's a 1 bounce for, ladies and gentlemen. So sorry about making you use those 6 emojis for that one. But yeah, at the moment, it is in that situation of 4 runs for Jordan Silk. Peter Siddle going for a total of 6 runs so far of his first 2 deliveries of this over as well. He's been costly so far for Peter Siddle. They are just checking that one, and it did bounce just before the rope there. That ball was on the ground, and that is going to be counted as the 4 runs there for Peter Siddle, which we do not quite have an emoji for at this point, but perhaps we do look at adding a few more cricketing emojis in the future as well while we are in the cricket season after all. But now 77 runs needed off 53 deliveries, and I rechecked the 6s as well. There's a passion there. And hopefully we do get to see one relatively soon. And Hamish call it the Kiwi Lads Open as well. It says David could be worth the crack. I will ask the question, out of George, Daniel, and Isaac, who do you think would be the best at golf? Do let me know, because I've seen Isaac play when he was about 12 or 10 or somewhere around there. It was a long time ago that we were playing. I have seen George play a little bit more recently when we did film a video a while ago, probably like 3 or 4 years ago. And then I have never seen Daniel play golf. So do let me know, who do you think would be the best out of those 3? And at the moment, it is going to be Peter Siddle. Siddle, I called him there. Siddle, I should say. Obviously, you as well. Says Aiden, that is possibly why I decided to leave myself out for that one as well. And also you as well, says Robert. Not only me, although saying that, the way that I hit the ball today wasn't that impressive. I ended up slicing everything pretty much. I think my clubs are too short for me, so I got to bend my knees just a little bit more, I think. Maybe stand above the ball just a little bit more. But Peter Siddle to Moses Enriquez, he has never got him out. And at the BBL, 22 runs and the strike rate of 183, so he doesn't like to mess around. That's a great cover drive there from Moses Enriquez, goes for 4 runs. And that is a brilliant shot from the skipper there. Moses Enriquez moves up onto 11 runs off 9 deliveries. Peter Siddle's almost being hit out of this attack here, the way that it is going. And this is just a shot in the dark, but I'd say Isaac probably as well, says Sebastian there. Probably a decent shout. There. I remember he used to play a little bit. His brother was very good at golf. So maybe a little bit of that golfing gene may have rubbed off on Isaac as well. I believe his auntie also played a little bit of golf for Isaac, but I think the biggest thing will be finding clubs that do actually fit all of us in terms of the length of the clubs. That is going to be now the end of Peter Siddle's second over. He's gone for 23 runs without picking up a wicket. The captain here, he almost needs to say to himself, right, it's not my day. We're going spin instead. And that is exactly what he is doing. I'd have to say Isaac is a rough guess as well. I love you, Rashid Khan, as well. Says Gaurav, very talented bowler, Rashid. And it is going to be Fawad Ahmed here. We'll be bowling this one from the other end. Peter Siddle, I don't believe he should bowl himself again. Unfortunately, he has gone for a huge amount of runs. You've still got George Garden. I will bowl him out for the rest of his overs. Fawad Ahmed, I'll give him one. Rashid Khan, I'll give him two. And then I would also probably give Daniel Worrell one. How many we got? Daniel Worrell probably two then, I guess you could say. And then also Matt Short can have another one. Just to see how it goes with the spin, depending on who is at the crease, that is. Because they will try and go after him a little bit. And maybe Peter Siddle gets one more later on. Yeah, we will have to wait and see who will be the best at the golf. Hopefully we can get the boys all together. If not, I guess I'll have to go out individually with them perhaps. Well played down the ground from Jordan Silk. They just rotated the strike here nicely for themselves for these two at the crease. And also, if I was closer, I'd lend you the long clubs I use as well. Says Robert there. Yeah, see, Isaac, he will probably need smaller clubs than the rest of it. He could probably use my set that I have got. And then I would say George and Daniel would probably share a different set that's a little bit longer, more than likely, for themselves as well. Maybe we can find them a set to be able to use. Although maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure whether or not Daniel's dad plays golf. I don't think so as well. And yeah, at this stage, I know that Isaac used to have a set. So maybe he has got some of them as well. I actually have an old set out in the garage, but I don't want to put them at a disadvantage for the clubs that they are using there. But also, I wouldn't like to see one of the clubs get snapped because George is more than likely going to try and probably hit the ball like that, chop it down like it is a tree. But Fawad Ahmed, once again, nice wrong and bold. He's been bowling a lot of them today, and it's been effective for him. And this one so far, only bowling 3.4 overs downright, and he has only gone for the one wicket, but he's got only 15 runs scored off him as well. Just absolutely phenomenal for Fawad Ahmed. At the moment now, advancing down the wicket, Moses Enriquez, he is going to be squeezing it out through cover as well. It's like that shorter than you and George. He is indeed. I believe Isaac, if me and George, I'd say Isaac's about 10 centimeters shorter, maybe 15 centimeters shorter than us. Where does Isaac go up to? I guess if I'm standing up, Isaac's probably about here or somewhere around there, somewhere around that mark. I believe it was the case of I used to be the shortest, but then I grew. So then unfortunately for him, oh, was that a bad word said by Jordan Silk there? That's going to be the end of the over, but very economical once again from Fawad Ahmed. Does only go for the 16 runs off his 4 overs, an economy of 4 as well, and also picking up that wicket a little bit earlier on in the day. And that was the wicket in the end for Fawad Ahmed of Daniel Hughes. Very well bowled. No, sorry, it wasn't Daniel Hughes. It was actually James Vince who he was able to get, when he was trying to play that shot and ended up just missing the ball, getting bowled. Rashid Khan back into the bowling attack now. The Strikers at this point, we're sitting 5 wickets down for 97 runs. But Rashid Khan, he's only at an economy of, 6'2" as well. Says that Robert there. No, I am only 5'10", I believe. So he's probably about 5'6" or 7, somewhere around that mark. I think we'll get the measuring tape out when he is next down, because I think he is coming down just after Christmas. Perhaps we can measure him, see how tall he is for that one as well. But now it is going to be Rashid Khan getting ready to go here. Nice little bit of spin on that one. But Moses Enriquez has gone out to Rashid Khan once in the past. A strike rate to a lot of these bowlers, it's just sitting huge. 214 for himself there as well. But I guess, to be fair, Daniel's probably only like 5'11", maybe 6 foot if he's lucky. And then George is probably sitting around the same as me, maybe 5'10", 5'9", somewhere about there. And now Rashid Khan, the wrong and bowl there. Nicely read by Jordan Silk, though, to that back down the ground just for the single. I believe they will actually get 2 here. It should be comfortable. No, they just take the 1 for that one. I would have thought that would have been 2 between the wickets for them as well. Definitely with how much room that there was down the ground. But 62 runs needed off 40 balls here for the Sydney Sixers. This is not going to be an easy chase. I'm 6'2" as well, or 187 centimeters. Oh, that one's got about an inch there as well. He almost dragged it right round onto the stumps there. Moses Enriquez, who is sitting on 14 off 14, same as Jordan Silk here. Both batsmen identical here for the later stages. So can they both work their way towards a big partnership here? Ball just ended up dropping down. It's very hard to play up against Rashid Khan, they are saying at the moment. I would 100% agree. You never know what delivery you're going to get. He's got about 7 different ways that he can hold the ball and spin the ball. So you never know what way it's going to be going. He's tried to do the sweep shot there. Rashid Khan wanted the LBW, but he does not receive it there for it as well. It was close, though, for Rashid Khan. I'm 6'3" and 197 centimeters as well. Says it Robert there on the chat. So we got some tall boys in the chat. That is for sure. A couple locks maybe if they were playing rugby. That's going to be, bit of glove there, I believe it was. That might have been saving Moses Henriquez from finding his wicket. And that is going to be now another dot ball, though. Nicely played by Moses. Puts it out onto the leg side. They've just got to survive these overs of Rashid Khan. And they've survived far with Ahmed so far. They were only going at an economy rate of 4, unfortunately, off him. But Rashid Khan, he's sitting at about the same at the moment. 4.59 here for Rashid Khan. So it's seeming like a spinner's surface. And that means, that's the thing at the SCG, maybe we get to see a lot more of Nathan Lyon well bowled there. Once again for Rashid Khan, that's actually going to be forward Ahmed. That's going to be racing away to the boundary. And that is going to be a good close to the over there. And Rashid Khan just not too happy with that. He has been able to pick up Jordan Silk 3 times in the past. That one is going to be the 4 runs for Jordan Silk. As we got there, we have got there. Rashid Khan so far 3 overs gone, 1 wicket and 17 for himself as well. And I'm too short for a lock though, maybe a flanker, I'd say. As I said to Sebastian, what number would you go with? Would you go with 6, 7, or maybe you go with 8? Would you be a number 8, Sebastian? As well, just so you know, 3 becomes 7 as well. And there says it was Robert. And also we have got there in the chat, well, I am 6 foot and I'm a lock. So as well says Betty Wagon there. I guess it depends on your weight as well, because sometimes depending on the age group that you play, sometimes you just pick the guy who is relatively tall and also relatively light and pretty much just throw him up there. Wait for him to come down. He's got the ball. Here he goes. And then you catch him again and then throw him on the way. But at the moment, they have got a Santa on top of the Bash Boost point buckets. I think they're called or something along those lines. Or actually, they're just the KFC Big Bash buckets. Now it is going to be the power surge. This is the moment here that we will get to see whether or not they are going to be able to get themselves the win, I'd say. These 2 next overs, 91 for 3 here for the Sydney Sixers. They require 9.5 per over. It is going to be Moses Henriquez on strike, waiting for the field to be set. They will be allowed 2 men outside of the ring for this next 12 balls. Adelaide Strikers last 3 matches, they had a loss, they had a win, they had a loss. And this one, if they were able to break that kind of, I guess that would actually be adding to the chain that they have got at the moment with the loss, win that they have got at the moment. But now it is going to be Moses Henriquez on strike. Good, powerful shot there. Great fielding, though. I believe that was actually from, was it the replacement fielder? I think it was actually a sub fielder there. I'm nearly go to the second row in league or basketball. I'd nearly have to go second row in league or basketball as well. And I'll also take the number 8 jersey. Why not? After all, Dom Brand is a hero of mine as well. Come on, you Quins, or get a small light flanker and throw on 1 man in the air. As well, says Paddy Wagon. Yeah, I feel like a number 8 is a very fun position to play. That's in the air. That's not a good ball from Garden. And he has hit it all the way for 6 there, Moses Henriquez. And Garden just straying a little bit down the leg side. They were needing 9.77 runs per over. That puts it right down to 9 with that 6. And now we can use those 6 emojis, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone who has got them, channel members, be sure to use those 6 emojis. How far did Moses Henriquez get that one? 73, actually the biggest 6 of the day that we have had so far. I believe we've only had 2 others out this one. But it is only 63 metres out there. You can't afford to bowl it down the leg side. Definitely not to an experienced batsman and Moses Henriquez. Bounced it nicely bowled there for Garton. Very good bumper. And also we have there the 6s in the chat from Sebastian and also from Paddy Wigan as well and from Robert. But now at the moment, 51 runs needed from 33 balls. It's getting down to the wire for this game. Actually a lot closer. I think a lot of people would have been anticipating for this one. That was picture perfect for that bouncer there right in the slot where he needed it to be. It wasn't above the helmet. We have got more 6s from Sebastian as well. Perhaps a sign of things to come. Or I believe that might have been for the last one where we did miss out on having the 6s. But Moses Henriquez now, he's going to be ready. It's a slower ball. It's going to be hit down the ground. Well played by Moses Henriquez. 1 bounce 4. And that is going to be costly so far for Garden. Currently 4 balls he has bowled and he has gone for a total, I believe, of all. We have got there as well. The chat has become a bit satanic as I was Sebastian there with all the 6s. There we have got ourselves. It's a good shot there, Moses Henriquez. And if he scores himself a few more runs in this innings, he will actually take that golden cap back off of Josh Phillippe. That one was almost in the slot. But Moses Henriquez does miss out, and they do get themselves a leg bye. We have got there. We can make it more if you want, as us, it's Betty Wagon, and it's died Son as well. And also we have got there also 4 as well. There says Robert, and also, and there we have got there. I was going to say it's time for a yawn, but he did it as well. Says Betty Wagon, or you did it. He did say, yeah. Unfortunately, the yawns, anytime it's a second innings, it's actually always after we get the drinks break. at the 10th over. For some reason, something happens in my mind that it's like, hey, open your mouth. Going to be now 14.5 overs going. We'll move on from that. 102 for 3 hours. A nice shot from Jordan Silk. Pierces the outfield. That's going to be another 4 runs, and that is a brilliant over there for the Sydney Sixers. Garton expensive for that one. Unfortunately, did go for 15 runs of that one as well. Now at the moment, 106 for 3 off the 15. The Strikers at this point, we're 6 down for 109. Sixers take the box seat back, and it is going to be sitting as an 87% chance now for the Sydney Sixers to be able to win this game. 84 now has gone down to who is going to be bowling this one. Do they give it? I feel like you've almost got to give it to Rashid Khan. This is the over that needs to change the game for them, and they need to get a wicket, and he is the man to be able to do it as well. Do they do it, or do they go with a pace bowler? Maybe they give it to Daniel Worrell instead. The score hasn't updated. Isn't updating. They have taken the 2 hours power, 2 over power play as Aussies 8 in there. And they jab it at the moment. Hopefully it is going to keep on going. In that regard, this is the second over of the power surge that they have got. And Peter Siddle going to be bowling himself for this over. It's a good Yorker, and it is going to be one single down the ground. And also, we'll get the, you don't hold him later. So I did indeed. And also, we'll get the arm back. Says that Warriors fan as well. It is good to have you back, mate. We are watching currently the last 29 balls of this match. We have got a match tomorrow. The Renegades taking on the Perth Scorchers. So anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, be sure to hit that like button on the live stream. We are currently sitting on a total of the likes. We are sitting on 39. Can we push towards 50 by the end of this live stream? 11 more likes if you haven't already. Be sure to hit that like button. We have also got that. That's what she said as well. Says that Paddy Wagon there. It's going to be Peter Siddle, another good Yorker there, getting this line right, and that is going to be once again just another single. We have the 170 for 8 as well. Says that Brandon there for the prediction of this one, but it will be interesting to see whether or not they can chase it down. 40 runs needed off 28 balls, and I'm watching the cricket on Fox Cricket as well. Said that Warriors, the home of cricket in Australia. That's what they have said many times during the Ashes. I did hear it should be a very good Ashes series when we have got the third match, the Boxing Day Test match, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be all 6 hours of chatting, and also the BBL following straight after my voice. It's not going to exist. 40 I see as well, says Robert Miller there. And that's it. Going to be the slow ball once again for Peter Siddle. Run out opportunity, a direct hit. He would have been gone there for Moses Henriquez, but gets lucky and is able to just scamper through. And also when do you go? Going to show how long as well, says that Brandon there as well. So pretty much we have got it. Normally it's after the innings. Anyone who is close, we do give a little bit of an honourable mention to as well. That would have been out for Moses Henriquez, or it would have been extremely close anyway. But Peter Siddle currently sitting 26. Good shot there from Jordan Silk. Whips it away to leg, so that's going to be another 4 runs. Peter Siddle not used to going for this many runs. 30 runs so far off his first 2.4 overs. And the run rate that they do need is sitting around that 8 now for them to be able to win that one. That is going to be the 50-run partnership between Henriquez and also Silk. They were both sitting on 14 off 14 balls. Now they're both sitting on 27, although Silk has sped up just a little bit more than Moses Henriquez for this one. Dan Christian, if they lose another wicket, might not be too far away as well on the batting lineup. And it would be kind of nice to see him bring up the runs to win the game, but that's looking like it's going straight out to the man of the deep for Tom Kelly. Just a single there at the moment. 31 Siddle has gone for. I don't think he should bowl himself again. I do not think that is a good idea. He's gone for too many runs so far. Yeah, he has got other options, I guess you could say, in terms of Rashid Khan. Also, Daniel Worrell, possibly a good shout there. And they have also, even if they need Matt Short to bowl another one, we'll have to wait and see. But the partnership, 51 runs from only 36 deliveries for them as well. But at the moment now, Peter Siddle, final ball of his over, waiting for it. Extremely lately played for Moses Henriquez. Big overthrow there as well, but it is going to be the end of the over. I think he needs some new gloves. That's the end of the power surge. And it was a very good one for them as well. 41 nail Hamish, because I liked it 2 times as well, says Robert. So yeah, anyone else, who hasn't left a like, be sure to leave a like. We are trying to hit 50 likes by the end of this live stream. We are currently sitting on that 41, like I mentioned, but it is sitting 115 for 3 here for the Sydney Sixers. Looking good. And at the later stages of this one, the pressure was still going towards it. You still think Sydney's got this as well from here? As long as they don't lose a wicket anytime soon, they should have it, I have a feeling. But it is T20 cricket. 1 wicket can change everything. And they have got Rashid Khan now. He is going to be bowling. This is a huge over. They need to get one of these 2 men out. And for these Sydney Sixers, they just need to survive it. It would have been Moses Henriquez. He almost would have been out again there, depending on whether or not it was going Right there, question for you, Kiwi lads. What is your favorite thing about GTA and Red Dead? I think it is the open world side of it, that you can pretty much just do anything in that whole world, and it is just a lot of fun. The fact that you can literally, if you want to drive a car, you can drive a car. Not in Red Dead, of course. If you want to ride a horse, you can ride a horse. And you're just going to go about your everyday life as well. They got it, Aiden, as long as the wicket don't drop as well. Says Robert, it is going to be. Oh, Moses Enriquez just tried a ramp shot there for Rashid Khan, having a little bit of a stare down. I'm not too sure what the tactic there from Moses Enriquez was. I feel like it would have been better off just getting behind the ball and hitting it out for the single or the two as well. And they got it, Aiden, as long as the wicket don't fall as well from Robert. Yeah, that's going to be important. We have got Jays in the chat there. It's going to be, that's out. That's got to be out, and Moses Enriquez is gone. And that is going to be the big old wicket for Rashid Khan. It was 85% chance for the Sydney Sixers to win this game. I'm waiting to see what it changes, but Rashid Khan, the magician with the ball, he has been able to pick up his man as well just after the power surge. He comes in and he has been able to get the wicket for the Adelaide Strikers. This is looking pretty plumb. As well, it's going on to middle stump. 72% chance now for the Sydney Sixers to win this game, but it's a brilliant wicket of Moses Enriquez. Misses the ball. LBW. Rashid Khan gets it. As well, what is your favorite YouTube channel? Starting with B as well. He's Brandon. That is a very good question. And now it says got off there and in the chat as well. But at the moment, he didn't really hesitate to give that one out. Moses Enriquez and Brandon, his name, Hamish as well. And then also we have there the skipper out as well. And screw me, damn it, as well. Says Aiden. It's not over yet, though. They still have a 72% chance of winning this game. But if they lose another wicket here, that's when it starts to get a little bit worrying as well. We have got there the outs in the chat from Paddy Wagon. Also, we have got the out. Moses out. My fantasy side needs Maxwell to fire on Friday as well. Says Robert and Big R Sports surely as well. And there's just Sebastian. I feel like if I didn't say his channel, he would be very annoyed. So we'll have to go with that one. And also love you, Rashid Khan as well. Says got off. And he has just picked up that massive one for himself. Dan Christian now at the crease. Can he get a match-winning innings for himself as well? He's a 4 out of 5 for the match winner as well. Damn it, come on. Cindy, please, as well, says Aiden. How many legs was your boxing multi, mate? Do let me know. Well bowled. That's 2 from 2 here for Rashid Khan. It's another wicket. Dan Christian gets a golden duck, and he is going to be on the hat-trick ball for Rashid Khan. This game is changing, ladies and gentlemen. 2 from 2 for Rashid Khan. Jordan still at the crease, though, but that is another dot ball as away. And at the moment, 72% there. Now it's down to 50-50, ladies and gentlemen, for who is going to be able to win it. Oh, it's good. It is good for Rashid Khan. And that is 2 from 2. 2 LBWs in a row. We have got there the outs as well. Is the YouTube channel. I know his Amish as well. Says up Brandon there. And also we have got the outs. And love you, Rashid Khan says good enough. Anyone going for the Adelaide Strikers at the moment? They are agreeing with you. Hacky time as well. Look at this delivery. Oh, it's just nice from Rashid Khan. And now he is going to be on a hat-trick ball. Abbott on strike here. As well, we have got the outs in the chat from Robert as well. This is going to be a big moment for him. Sean Abbott needs to stick around because or else they might lose a couple more wickets. But Rashid Khan, he moves up to 3 wickets taken. 17 runs off his bowling, and it is now going to be the hat-trick ball for Rashid. Surely he is putting it on the strike. It's just nice as well. There's a vision. It was indeed. It's just a good delivery from Rashid Khan. And also, what about me, Sebastian, as well in the chat? And also 3-leg boxing multi plus the sixes as well. So hopefully it does work out for you. And also we have got the Aki in the chat from Paddy Wagon. Hat-trick ball here for Rashid Khan. Spins back in and Abbott plays it well and does get himself off the mark right. These are 2 big balls here. These are 2 big deliveries here for these next 2 that are going to be taking place because Rashid Khan versus Jordan Silk, the set batsman. If Jordan Silk loses his wicket, this game is almost over for the Adelaide Strikers. Rashid Khan there. He is ready to go here for this delivery to Jordan Silk. Jays it down and he's going to be working it to the leg side as well. And I got a YouTube channel, Sebastian Grama as well. And the channel, Sebastian Grama, sorry. See how you pronounce it as well. But that one is going to be nicely done by Nielsen to be able to cut that off. But there we are, just seeing the dismissal of Moses Enriquez. And that's about as plumb as you get as well. Going on to the middle stump. Both of them good calls from the umpire to give them, brilliantly done by Rashid Khan. 1 ball left in his spell. Can he get the wicket of Abbott here? And also match in there as well. Says good enough. Nicely bowled, comes back in a little bit, and that is going to be the single. Sean Abbott will retain the strike for the next over, and that is a well put together spell from Rashid Khan. Him and Fawad Ahmed both phenomenal with the ball in hand. Fawad Ahmed in the end, ending up getting the 1 wicket for himself. 16 runs off his 4 overs, going at 4 per over. Rashid Khan, he ended up going for 23 runs and 20, I should say, in that regard, and then 3 wickets for himself as well. And also we have got there the 4 wickets as well. We have got their bad call as well from Amos Spencer. Is that myself or from the umpire? Because I guess it's one of those ones, you do want the ball, of course, hitting middle stump, and it was. So I guess maybe, yeah, I'm not sure where the bad call came from in that one. Would have been a bad call to review it, of course. I do know a little bit about that from the recent Ashes series. We've seen a few of the DRSs not going either team's way in that regard, but 2 wickets falling down the same over there. Put Siddle back on as well, says Aiden. And also, so if they don't have DRS, why do they have DRS in the BBL in 22 as well? Says that it was Robert Miller. That's a very good question. This is atrocious by the Sixers, regardless if they win or not. As well on Big Ass Sport, it's your favorite YouTube channel, Amish. What about me as well, says Brandon? I will say you as well, but it's pretty much, if I don't say Big Ass Sport and anyone says it to Big Ass Sport, he is going to end up in that situation of being very mad at me. So I can't have that. Definitely, because I talk to him relatively regularly as well, and I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not even watching as well. Says Aaron Spencer, yeah, pretty much middle stump knocked out of the ground for that one both times. And also we've got that wild 1-1-1 as well in there from David Dada. Is that wild 1-1-1? Well, not wrong there as well, but it is going to be now 17 balls left. They need 9.88 runs per over, and they need a total of 28 if they do want a chance of being able to go on to win this match. Anyone who's new to this channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Can this be the win for the Adelaide Strikers? It's a good pitched up delivery from Worrell, and once again, it will be the single. This game's going a lot closer to the wire than I expected originally. Rashid Khan, good performance, great performance from Rashid Khan. Also, honourable shout, Farwin Ahmed, 4 overs bowled, only going for the 16 runs and getting the wicket as well in the earlier stages. It was actually a wicket of James Vincent. So too much effort to turn the TV on as well, says Amish Spencer. I agree. Definitely when there are only 3 overs left. I feel like you talk to me every live stream as well, says up Brandon there and in the chat as well. So I'll say you guys are 50-50. How about that? We can say that you guys are split for that one as well, and also not 3 a.m. one as well, says Brandon there in the chat. But now Worrell is going to be charging him once again. It's going to be the short ball for Jordan Silk. Been able to pick up just a single for that one. They decide against run number 2 as well, and it is just going to be the single. Currently sitting 26 runs needed off 15 balls, 10.4 runs per over for the next little while. Daniel Worrell, he's going to have to make sure that he puts it in the right place. They have still got the option of George Garden. He has got an over, and Peter Siddle has also got an over left. And Daniel Worrell, he might even bowl the last one, depending on what they decide to do there. But it is going to be now Daniel Worrell charging, and I'm poking myself in the eye. That's slightly unfortunate. It's a good pitched up delivery, and it's going to be worked away out into the deep for just a single as well. And also agree, Aaron Spencer there, and the tap for Robert. But currently, we are sitting on 40 likes. I feel like that's pretty good for a Big Bash live stream that we haven't really had too many of in the recent history. We have got there, Tosif has said there for Silk in this situation. Is he going to be able to go on and win the game for the Sydney Sixers? Can he do it? That's a big question. 25 runs needed off 14 balls here for them to have a decent chance of being able to receive the 3 points on offer. They did not get the Bash boost point. Good ball there. Jordan Silk hits it in the air, and that's going to be a shot and a half out cover way. And that is going to be 4 runs for Jordan Silk, now needing 21 runs of 13 balls. The moment they need Jordan Silk out if they want a chance of winning this one, the Adelaide Strikers, someone's got to get him, and someone's got to get him soon, because that is a very good shot out of the middle of the bat for himself as well. No spoilers, please. Thank you as well there on the chat. And also, we have got the bloody hot. I cannot sleep. Says Amos Spencer. Yeah, it's warm here at the moment as well. Probably not as hot as it is there for you, but it's still not a pleasant temperature, I guess you could say, as well. Now it is going to be Jordan Silk once again, lining up the ball of Daniel Worrell. Hits it down the ground nicely, and it looks like they will be taking on the 2 runs here by the looks of it. Or misfield as well, so that is definitely going to be 2 runs. A little bit of the pressure perhaps building for the Strikers here. And when it's Be a Pro, and what matches, or what Moth as well. I assume that is what month. So hopefully we can get it going in either early January or mid-January. I think with the Ashes and everything still going on, there's going to be a nice little patch after the Ashes and everything. And when the BBL comes to an end, that we've got about 4 weeks or so before the Super Rugby season starts. So that is going to be our real time of getting a whole heap of game into, going on the channel as well. Also, that's the thing. I bought Cricket 22. I haven't actually played it yet. At this point, Peter Siddle, he is going to be bowling himself once again here. It's already gone for 32 runs with an economy of 10.67. We don't normally see him go for that many. And also, we have got there 25 degrees, and it's 9:13 p.m. So it says Amish Spencer. So yeah, that's a little bit hot. That is for sure. At the moment now, it is going to actually be Garson, who they have decided that they are going to be going for 1 wicket so far for Garden in the earlier stages of the match. He was actually able to pick up that big one. And Josh Phillippe, are your same degree as me, Hamish, as well? Says Robert there. Yeah, we are sitting currently 14 degrees Celsius at the moment here. And then, that says in Hamish is in, not me. And now it is going to be it down the ground. Abbott able to just get that single. They go for the 2 and they've got it as well. Good running between the wickets, and that is a little bit poor from the Adelaide Strikers in the field. Let them be able to get back for the 2. Abbott now going to be on strike once again. 8 runs for him off 6 deliveries. Can he get maybe those match-winning ones? I know that him and Jordan Silk will both want to stay out there for the rest of it as well. It's been 1 year before I came to this YouTube channel as well. Says it Brandon there, so that is a very long time. That is for sure. Garton now going to be charging in. Once again, good Yorker. It's too full, though, and it's going to be up in the air. Can this be the wicket? It's going to pierce the field almost. Both men fighting over it. Almost rolls away to the boundary, but Matthew Short is able to cut it off there. Oh, they've run 3 there. And I feel like George Garner actually could have had a chance of running a man out if he had gone for it. And also maybe some Cricket 22 during the Ashes. You have to capitalize on it while it's still cricket season with the Ashes and the BBL. That is a good idea. So maybe I can try and get it going either tomorrow or the next day, possibly on the channel. It's stupid as well. Says Irish Pizza there on the channel. Also, we've got there, you're going to get Cricket 22. Says Sebastian Grama. I know that he wanted it because it had Joe Root on the cover. And subscribe to Kiwi Lads Gaming and the Kiwi Lads as well. Says Brandon, it's a bouncer once again. Jordan Silk hits an hard. It's in the air though. And it's the wicket of Jordan Silk now. And they are going to be needing 14 runs now off 9 deliveries. Garden picks up a second. I subscribe to all 3 as well. Says it Robert Miller. At the moment, that is brilliantly done by George Garner. It was there to be hit, but it was just a little bit too short for him to be able to get that one a little bit slower. So I said I'll get it, Rob, but it must be the Joe Root cover version as well there. It's brilliantly taken by the man in the deep, and Jordan still just not quite getting all of it. If it had gone all the way for 6, would have been possibly a game-changing moment, but now looking at the odds, it is going to be a 66% chance that they will be able to win this one, the Sydney Sixers, from here on out. And the Adelaide Strikers, they are sitting with 39% chance that they will be able to win it. It's going to be going down to the final over, ladies and gentlemen, unless we see some massive hitting here from Hayden Kerr the next 3 overs. Well, the next 3 balls. Jordan Silk, not a happy man at the moment. Swearing on the touchline, and damn, this is going down to the wire. It's us, says Aiden. It is indeed. So your heart will be going at about 500 beats per minute at the moment, I would think, Aiden, with the way that this one is going. But Hayden Kerr here, making his way to the crease. He will be at the non-strikers end, and Sean Abbott can hit a long ball. He is going to be on strike now for this next delivery. But Garton, 3.3 overs down, 33 runs he has gone for. I think come down to the last over as well. Given it is indeed looking that way. But Hayden Kerr at the non-strikers end now. Big moment here as well. They did cross 14 runs from 9 balls as well. Terrible game as well, says Hamish Smith. I assume that it's Cricket 22 if I'm not wrong. Do you like Cricket 19? Hamish, do let me know. Now it is going to be a bouncer. It's nicely by him. It was beautifully struck by Sean Abbott. And that is going to be the 4 runs. Does they have multiplayer? It must have maybe a T20 game in the future, lads. I have an Xbox One, by the way, as well, says Sebastian. So maybe we could try and get something going. Do you know whether or not on Cricket 22 you can actually have you both on the same team, similar to what you have for kind of that situation of, like FIFA Pro Clubs, whether or not you can do it? I would be interested to see the connection between Romania and New Zealand, though, see how well their servers do work. Version I've got has 2 Root 2 females and Cummins as well. Says it was from Roberts, I believe. Oh, that was close to the edge as well. And it's just going to be the dot ball. 1 delivery left here till we get to the final over. Yes, it's got multiplayer as well. I know this game you are watching, it's terrible as well. It's Amish Spencer. It's not too bad so far. It's going down to the wire. It's not too great for the Sydney Sixers. You'd say that they should have won it comfortably at this point. But they are still out there. They are still trying to fight here. And if Sean Abbott loses his wicket, I would say that they might be able to get themselves a win there. So Root and 3 females as well. And there's Sebastian there in the chat. Let's go, Abbott. There in the chat says Aiden. Charging in. It's a slower ball. Nicely played. Oh, it's going to be for 4 runs. And now they're going to need 6 from 6 to win this match here for the Sydney Sixers. And they have got a 94% chance of being able to do it now. It's going to be unfortunate there for them, that is for sure. It's a big, big shot for the Sydney Sixers. Just great shot down the ground. I believe it was actually Sean Abbott once again. He's striking the ball beautifully. just keeps on going as well. And for him to be in that position now, he is certainly up on the other side. No support for Rashid Khan at all. Poor bowling as well. Says that spots it on there. Yeah, unfortunately, other than Rashid Khan, also Fawad Ahmed getting the 1 wicket, bowling 4 overs and only going for 16. So you're calling Cummins a female as well. Says rubber down 4 females altogether there. And I got 4 zeros and 5 we can play someday. I get free tomorrow or February as well. Says that Brandon. So probably February at this stage sounds like it might be the way to go with all of the sport that we have got on at the moment. But now at the crease, Hayden Kerr, he's going to be facing his first ball. Peter Siddle trying to close it out. Just hope for a single as well. Yeah, single here wins them the game because it is going to be Abbott on strike. They still need the 6 runs, but with Abbott there, he is going to be possibly able to close this one out. But it is going to be Hayden Kerr now. He's got a big opportunity. He's got to decide what he wants to do here, though. The steam version Kiwi lads I have as well. There's Robert Miller there. So I think I might have the same one as you if I'm not wrong, because I assume that's kind of like the stock standard edition, isn't it? How you have the 2 captains of each team. And on actually, yeah, 4 females since Roots eggs were turned into omelets as well. So Sebastian, yeah, you got to feel for the man. He got absolutely smacked there in the test match. And the worst thing is, I think he got smacked there before the match as well, or that day of play, which is why he was getting those scans for the abdomen. But now Peter Siddle charges in. Hayden Kerr hits it hard, and he is going to be able to get the single there. So because of it now, it does mean, they want the 2 runs, and they do get it as well. That was a little bit close, but I believe with a moment like this, they are going to have to go upstairs. I think he was safe, though, and that will be the 2 runs. So Sean Abbott, he trusts Hayden Kerr on strike for this one. He does give him the thumbs up as well there, Kerr. It's all good. He said I was safe from Hayden Kerr there. I believe he's saying he got there, but could be relatively close. No, he's there. He is safe there as well. And also we've got the year from Robert Miller. So now it is going to be 4 runs needed of 5 balls to be able to win this one. Peter Siddle, he's going to have to find a way of getting a couple dot balls here and maybe even the wicket falling as well. A run out there would be very good. So we have got the correct stock standard. It's 2 captains as well. Says it Robert there at the moment. But now 4 runs needed of 5 deliveries. Hayden Kerr on strike to Peter Siddle. He has gone for 34 runs so far. That's going to be a big shot from Hayden Kerr. He's got all of it, and he hits the 6 to win the game for the Sydney Sixers. They will win it with a total of 4 wickets left, and that is a brilliant innings. Sean Abbott is fired up for his teammate as well. And Hayden Kerr, he's a happy man, and the Sixers are able to take this win by 4 wickets and 4 balls left as well. What an innings from Sean Abbott and Hayden Kerr at the end of this game to turn it around. Jordan Silk, also a very good supporter of that innings, getting 36 runs of 24 deliveries. Moses Enriquez, 28 of 26. Joe Root is a little girl as well there. From Amy Spencer, also here we go there. The Sixers and there as well. Says Sebastian. Yeah, Sean Abbott getting 19 runs of 10 deliveries. He had to do that. At the end, it was Philip who was able to get 23. James Finch who was able to get 21. And let's go as well. Says Aiden, so you are a very lucky man in that regard. That is for sure. And we have got the 150 for 9 there from Brandon as well. But that is going to be the win for them in that situation. And also, we have got there. Thank you for the BBL, Amish. Enjoy the cricket. It's BBL tomorrow, Amish. It is indeed. We have got the Hobart Hurricanes. Or no, we don't. Sorry. We've got the Melbourne Renegades. And they are going to be challenging up against a very capable side. And the Perth Scorchers, who are undefeated at this stage. We have also got the 150 for 9. Was it Brandon's original prediction there? Also, 152 for 5 there from Novmum. And also, we had 153 for 7 for those ones. So 1 either side for that one. And we did also have there the 149. So he said that they would chase it down there for Paddy Wagon in the 18.3 overs. Relatively close in that regard as well, with it being at 19.2 as well there. Now, I've got there a couple whale emojis from Amy Spencer. I can't quite see what they are. Might have another wee look on my other screen, see whether or not I can see it. Where are we? We go like this. We go like this. They are a couple whales there from himself there for Amy Spencer. But that is a very good job from the Sydney Sixers. They are able to get themselves another win. And Renegade Scorchers as well there. Says Robert, it is indeed. And it's going to be a hyped up game, ladies and gentlemen. It's starting at 9:15. We will be starting at 9. And we will be rearing to go for yet another match on the Kiwi Lads channel. Appreciate you all being there for this one. It was a very good bowling effort from 2 of the bowlers here for the Adelaide Strikers. And the Fawad Ahmed was getting 16 for 1 off 4 overs. Then it was Rashid Khan getting 20 for 3 off his 4 overs. 2 very good efforts there. Matt Short actually only went for the 4 runs as well As Peter Siddle, though, going for 40 runs, something we're not really used to seeing from Peter Siddle. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We will be back tomorrow with the Renegade Scorchers game, like I mentioned, and then games all the way up till Christmas Eve, which is going to be the match between the Melbourne Stars and also the Hobart Hurricanes. But thank you all very much for tuning in, and I will see you all